I'm digging the Green Ranger.
Right?
The Green Ranger helmet is a nice touch, dude.
I love that.
Me too. He just died.
Yeah. Yeah. He died.
Why am I whispering? I think he killed himself.
Did he kill himself?
Yeah, suicide.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think he killed himself?
There's like a whole like curse of the Power Rangers cast.
And then the Red Ranger stabbed his like roommate with a samurai
Or like the
sword.
second, not the first Red Ranger, like apparently like the second Red Ranger. There's like a whole like thing about like the
The
Power
Yellow
Rangers
Ranger
cast.
died in a car crash.
Trini?
What?
Mhm.
Oh.
You ever seen that movie Death Proof?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you remember the scene when the car, when the first group of girls get killed, and one of the girls' legs gets severed?
Yeah.
They said that's what happened to her.
That's what happened to her?
Mhm.
Man. Yo, Death Proof is an underrated Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that one a lot. I feel like that one doesn't get as much love as his other stuff. That deserves it.
That and oh god, what am I thinking of? Not Modern Love.
True Romance?
True Romance.
Well, he
Yeah.
didn't direct. He wrote that.
Oh.
He didn't direct it. Still good. Still good.
But what was that? Oh yeah. So but the thing is, there's so many Power Rangers though.
Suicide. Yeah. Suicide.
Yeah?
There are so many because there's so many Power Rangers. I feel like the death rate in them is going to be maximized in a way.
I don't know, man. I mean, yes, theoretically, but like not early death.
Yes.
Not suicide or depression or.
Well, did you know when they filmed Power Rangers,
Yeah.
all those clips of the Rangers fighting
Yeah.
is not them. So Power Rangers was from a show from I think China,
Japan.
Japan.
Okay.
It was a show from Japan.
They use the
So,
stock footage.
They used the stock
They used the
footage.
Japan stock footage.
Yes. So the Yellow Ranger
Mhm.
in Japan version was a male, not a female.
Yeah, most of them.
So she's got a fucking dick under that.
Wait, really?
So like you're watching, you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a chubby.
Because like when you look at the I mean they're Asian.
When they're doing the backflips and everything.
Oh.
The Pink Ranger had a skirt. Yellow Ranger didn't have a skirt.
Okay.
So
That's right.
when they brought it over to America, they were like, "Oh, well, we can't just have one girl, you know. We have to have
Two.
two." So, what do we make for a Yellow Ranger?
We won't do anything. Just we'll say she's a girl, and then we'll cut to the stock
But
footage.
isn't it like convenient that the Black Ranger wore black and the
Yeah.
Yellow,
Asian-
and the Asian wore yellow, and the
Yeah.
girl wore, and the white girl wore pink. And I don't know if this is true, but like they said that the Red Ranger was Native American.
That's suspicious.
I swear to
Why
God,
wasn't he
he-
brown then?
Dude, what? No, like the Redskins, like that's like a thing. Like you're red, like Native Americans aren't brown; they're red. That's like that's like the derogatory
So-
term. I swear to God.
Really?
But
Yeah.
the first Ranger was.
That's why the Redskins had to change their name.
Mm,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's like a derogatory term, but like
yeah, but Native Americans were saying like,
Yeah.
It's cool,
we
yeah.
don't
They didn't
care
mind
about
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and then white people were like, no, you care.
yeah, exactly.
We care for you.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I think the only way that they were trying to make it like Native Americans. Remember there was a season or movie where he had like long hair out of nowhere.
Which
The
one?
Red Ranger.
You're way more
one.
versed in Power Rangers than I am.
I
I know the
love
basics.
Power
I know the
Rangers.
basics.
What are you talking about right now?
He had
Are you
long
talking
hair.
about the original Rangers?
Yes, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the dinosaurs.
That's not the
Red
dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs?
The Dino one. That
That's
was
original.
way. No.
The
Wait.
Red Ranger had long hair.
Oh, you know, you remember? Yeah, he's right because the Red Ranger, his thing was a T-Rex. That's true.
Oh, I thought because
Oh,
when
you're
they
talking about
transformed,
I thought you meant the
yeah.
Dino Rangers. Like that was like a series. The
Yeah.
Dino
No,
Rangers.
sorry, their theme were dinosaurs.
Mhm.
So like he was a T-Rex, the Red Ranger T-Rex. He had long hair in maybe a movie or whatever. But
Oh,
maybe-
yo, the
there's-
movie. Yo, the movie was good, dude.
when they all
With Mr. Ooze or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Dude, that was good.
That was really
That
good.
was
Yeah,
good.
fun fact: the
Yeah.
Blue Ranger used to do cocaine at Hell's Kitchen. I knew the guy used to do it with him.
What?
The Blue Ranger.
Wait, get-
Really?
He used to do bumps. He used to do bumps
Let's
out
go-
at
let's
Hell's
go into the
Kitchen.
story.
That's what I know.
That's the story. I knew a guy that did coke with him.
Isn't
Yeah.
he gay?
I don't know.
It'd be hilarious.
I know that they all they saw like these guys were not stars at the
No.
time. Like they didn't know, so they got
Mm.
absolutely screwed by production.
Mhm.
Like they signed the worst agreements,
Yeah.
the worst contracts. They got paid like, I mean not nothing, but like they got really not a lot.
They got
for-
bulldozed, and
They got bulldozed.
and they're not great actors either, so they can't really get any work after that.
The pink one kind of right.
Was that Famke Janssen?
No,
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 that wasn't.
no. I can't remember her name right now. I know her character Kimberly. But
Yeah.
You know, Disney owned the Rangers
Did they?
2001 to 2010.
they bought them and sold them.
Back to Saban.
Oh yeah, because there was the new movie recently that Saban made.
Yeah, with all the it's like the
That was garbage.
It came out a few years ago.
No,
I
you're
didn't see
talking
it.
about the one
Brian
that just
Cranston.
came out on Netflix?
No. There was a movie, and Bryan Cranston
Bryan
was the
Cranston
dude,
was-
the dude in the tube.
Oh, I don't
What's
know.
his name?
I know.
Dude, what was his name?
Zorg or
Oh, Alpha or Data? What was the dude's name?
Data is Star Trek.
Data Star. No, Alpha. Right? Isn't that his name? The guy like the C-3PO wannabe.
Alpha.
Alpha,
Oh,
right?
is that
Yeah.
Alpha?
What's
Alpha?
in?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, Alpha. Well, all right, so there was Alpha. And what was the guy in the?
Zorg.
Zorg.
Zordon.
Zordon, wasn't it? I
Zordon.
don't know.
In the tube?
Yeah, the dude.
Zordon.
Zordon.
Yeah,
Zordon.
Yeah, Zordon.
Okay.
Rangers.
Yes. Yeah. I was gonna say.
Zordon.
Yeah.
God, am I the nerd right now?
No.
You're the one with the
You're
helmet.
the well, yeah, you do own the helmet, but like you're here, like I imagine what's going on in your head right now is like you are just like getting furiouser by the moment as we're fucking up the power, and then eventually you're like
Zordon.
Zordon, yeah.
They're ruining the mythos.
It's Zordon.
That was the only thing that made me happy as a child because I remember racing home
for the Power Rangers.
for the Power Rangers. Because Power Rangers, it was Ricky Lake. Was it Ricky Lake or Montel? And then Power Rangers.
Wasn't Ricky Lake on? I think Ricky Lake was on at like 11.
It was on Fox. No, it was midday. So.
Midday,
Yeah,
right?
midday,
But the
yeah.
Rangers came on at 3, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
There's
Ricky
the
Lake had. I think it was Montel then Rangers. Ricky was
Yeah.
was like
because
when you're homesick.
Yeah, because Power Rangers was competing with X-Men at that time. They had the same similar time slots.
The animated series.
Mhm.
But Power Rangers came on Fox.
Yeah.
But I thought X-Men was on Fox.
Yeah, X-Men the cartoon was on Fox.
Was
too.
it both
Yeah,
on Fox?
100%.
So,
100%.
I don't know.
I think it was
Maybe.
X-Men the cartoon with
I
Wolverine.
know-
Yeah, that was FX. I'm talking about Power Rangers.
Power
Like,
Rangers,
was
I
that-
know
was that-
definitely.
I thought Power
Fox?
Rangers was on Fox.
Maybe it moved to Fox.
It was on Fox. Power Rangers was on Fox. I remember Channel 5.
Yeah,
It
Power
was
Rangers was
Five.
Fox for sure.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Was it? I mean, was it on like ABC?
I thought it was on somebody else before. I mean, I think he's right. It was Fox because they had another show that came on after Power Rangers eventually. That was another Fox
Was
show.
it
No, because
Wishbone?
then it moved to like ABC Family.
Yeah, it was.
So maybe it was
ABC
ABC.
Family.
Maybe it was regular ABC for a minute.
It did go to ABC. I remember watching the new seasons when, like, in like elementary school. It was.
You were
on
still
ABC.
watching the new seasons after the Mighty Morphin.
Mhm.
You're not a purist.
I just
No,
watched the
I
Ninja
mean-
one. The Ninja one was sick.
Did you dabble in other Power Rangers? Bro, that's less.
Sorry, I know.
I mean,
I
but
cheated.
like, you're 29,
28, 29. Yeah, basically
So still 28.
28.
28.
In a month, it'll be 29. In a month.
Well, you were born in 1995? Or 94?
Four.
Oh, at the end of 94. No,
No,
December
this-
94.
Pearl
Rangers,
Harbor Day.
That's when Power Rangers were out at
I was
that time.
born Pearl Harbor Day.
December 7th,
Yeah.
1994?
Yep.
Yeah, so not the day, but like a date that will still live in infamy. Your birth.
I'm the reason why we won the Second World War.
That's the day the Japanese fucked up. They realized after the first bomb, yeah, we fucked up.
We didn't give them
Yeah, we
like
fucked up.
we gave them notice.
No,
and
I
shit.
think they realized they fucked up way before they dropped those bombs.
Yeah,
I
they
think
fucked up.
I think they knew.
Just woke a sleeping giant.
Did you watch that movie? Pearl
Fucking
Harbor?
Hitler called him like, what the fuck
No,
are you
is it
doing?
good?
It's a true
With
story.
It's
Ben
terrible.
Affleck?
And Josh Hartnett, right?
It's terrible.
Josh Hartnett.
It's,
So
it's
bad.
Michael Bay. It's terrible. It's not the real.
What was messed up is he marries his best friend's wife or girlfriend.
Yeah, who's the girl? Who's the girl?
I forget, but
But then he comes back, right? And they're together.
Well, no. So I think Josh Hartnett dies, and he's like, "Look after my girl."
Exactly.
So Ben Affleck.
I
goes back.
will.
I'll look after
I'll look after her.
Say no more, Sam.
Yeah, it's messed up. It's like, what? No, that's your best friend's girl. No, you can't do that.
You know, remember the movie Brothers with Tobey
Ooh,
Maguire and
that
Jake
movie's
Gyllenhaal?
messed up.
Talk about getting with your boy's girl.
Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale?
She did that?
She's the gal?
Wait,
She's
what was the girl's name? Because, okay, Ben Affleck, Kate Beckinsale, Josh Hartnett.
that top 3.
Yeah,
It's
it
gotta
has
be
to be
her.
her.
You had Alec Baldwin.
Not him.
Oh, Jennifer Gardner.
Jennifer
Could
Garner.
be Jennifer Garner.
Could be Jennifer Garner. Is that where they met?
Look at it.
No, they've been on
Gardner.
Daredevil.
Alec Baldwin was in the
So they're
movie.
in 2 different movies together.
John Voight, Cuba Gooding Jr. I remember the scene. He was the potato peeler, right? He was a cook,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got behind the gun.
He got behind the gun.
Going off on people. Michael Shannon is in it.
Michael Sheen.
Michael
Really?
Shannon was around then?
Goose. He played Goose.
Not Goose.
Or it's just Michael Bay saying, "Oh, it's gonna be Goose." Goose, no Goose.
Goose. I would hate that name so much.
I forgot where I
Alec
heard this
Baldwin's
from.
name was Doolittle.
That's a real name. Guys that talk to animals.
There's a cat that was famous for surviving ships being destroyed during World War II. Like I think it was a German ship that got destroyed, and then the British found the cat, put them on their ship got destroyed, and the cat survived like 3 different bombs.
What?
Is this cat orange and also loves lasagna? Is this?
Oh, no.
I think this is the cat you gift to your enemy.
To your enemy?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There you go.
This cat sounds awesome.
Yeah, I forgot. I looked it
7
up.
lives left, you know, so it's probably
Shit,
fine.
that cat has more than 7, man.
Is
Not
that real?
lies.
Do you think that's real? No.
Hell no, I had them. They don't come back.
No, I killed one. They stayed there.
No, but you gotta think though. It's like what came up with the saying though?
It's just they're lucky. You ever took a cat and put him upside down, and then let it go? It always
always
lands.
Yeah,
on its feet.
that's a reaction.
That's where it comes from. It comes from the
No,
idea
but
of
it's-
them
it's
always.
something within their.
It's in their ears. No, it's like hairs in their ears.
Yeah.
Like, they know that
Mhm.
they're upside down. They
Yep.
immediately flip over. Like,
That's
I'm
why-
telling you, hold
yeah.
the cat. I know this sounds fucked up, but like take a cat
Mhm.
next time you are holding a cat. Hold it upside down. Drop it.
It
Just
will
let
land on
go.
its feet.
I
Yeah.
swear to
It's
God,
going to turn.
it's gonna turn.
Because
And
when
land on its feet.
it actually looks like it actually turns to see where it's going
It
as
does.
it's falling.
You ever do that to a dog?
No,
It's over.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
over.
yeah, it's over.
It's over.
They're done.
They are just...
I would never. You do that to a dog, you deserve to get shot.
Yeah,
That's,
they're done.
that's,
They're
that's
done.
fucked up.
Dogs drop like faster than the speed of gravity. They just plop down. Like my neighbors have this dog. His name is Wayne, and he.
I thought that was a scientific fact that you're just stating.
9.98 miles per MPS.
Are you trying to say what the gravity?
So dogs fall
force?
Yes.
faster, you
Yeah.
mean?
Dogs just plop down.
I
It's
don't
almost like
think-
instant.
I don't think that's.
No, it's not true. Of course, it's not
Oh,
true. But
I was just believing.
but they. Oh, no, it was a.
I was just believing you.
No, it was like a. It was just trying to make a joke, but like no, they plop so fast.
Well, it depends how heavy they are. It's all
That's
about
true.
weight. Acceleration is or that kind of gravitational pull.
weight and force.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a heavy dog, sure, but like a little chihuahua, not gonna go as
Wow.
fast.
They flop. It's disgusting.
You ever meet anybody that doesn't like dogs? Stay away from them.
I like dogs. I like
You don't
your
like-
dog.
You don't like dogs?
I like dogs. I'm just a cat person. I like dogs.
Mark.
I don't want those people who
We never
just
said
like,
you did it.
like it's like people automatically think, oh, they cats. You hate dogs? No, that's not how it works. I just
No, I know someone that straight up does not like dogs, and I'm very weary.
There are some people that I'll walk my dog, and there are some people like. So I had a pit bull. I walked her down the street. People would cross, so there'll be people that just keep to themselves. Now I have a multi-poo. Walk down the street, and people won't cross, and they'll keep walking. But it's like when I get in crowded areas, you can see people looking at her like very disgusted, like ugh. You know, and we're in the street. It's not
She's
even
so
in a
cute.
store.
A
or anything.
multi-poo?
Yeah.
What is a multi-poo? What is the Maltese
Maltese and
poodle? So like a
So
little,
like
little-
yeah,
very
well,
small.
she's about like this long,
Okay.
this tall.
Very like
And it's like,
chihuahua, not
but
chihuahua.
I noticed that like
She got an attitude?
no,
Mhm.
no, sweetest dog ever.
Mhm.
Oh.
But it's like it's to the point where like people would see a big dog
Yeah.
and they're like, I wouldn't do anything. But when they see a little dog and then they hate dogs, like you can see them like looking at it disgusting or like they would physically push the dog out.
I don't understand. I mean, I personally never met an animal more or less that I didn't like. But like dogs are just so I don't know. They're just
They're
like
so friendly.
so friendly. Yeah, it's like all I want to do is like I want to see a dog. I want to pet a dog.
I don't
Just
get
want
it.
to, like,
I really don't.
cats like are like whatever.
Yeah, I'm actually allergic.
Oh,
I actually can't
cats?
stand cats. Yes.
Really?
I don't
do it.
dislike. I don't dislike.
I don't dislike.
How many cats do you have?
One,
But before, what was the maximum amount of cats you had?
3.
Three.
Three cats?
It's
Three
wild,
cats.
dude.
But that's because
in an apartment.
one of them had a baby, so that's just what happens. sometimes. She gets. That's what happens when cats fuck. They.
Oh, so she's
All right, we're talking-
Parents' self-responsibility.
If we're talking about cats fucking, let's talk about cats fucking. Do you guys know about how the fucking goes? How the cat sex goes? Do you know? This is real.
No.
All right, my girlfriend's cousin is a vet, and the very first time that I met this guy, he tells me all about cats fucking. I'm weird, but okay. Anyway, so
create a
couple things to know.
icebreaker.
Sex for cats for the woman, not pleasurable at all.
That's not fair.
It's really more like a rape than anything. No, I know. Like the whole thing is gonna sound funny, but it's also kind of like torture for them. So, couple things about cats. They don't ovulate like women, like mammals ovulate. They have to get stimulated. Like, okay, let's take a step back. The male cat's penis is called a barbed penis.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine it's a dick with a bunch of fucking spikes on it. So the male cat has to hold the female cat down because this is not pleasurable for the female cat to have a fucking spiky dick going into the cat vagina. The spiky dick goes in, it stimulates in the cat's body that the cat's having sex. Then the cat ovulates. So there's like a 99% chance that the cat's gonna get pregnant. Cuts her up, busts in her, bees out, she's all fucking, all pain. And then she's fucking pregnant with a whole litter of kittens. This is all, I swear, this is all real.
Female cats going to heat.
Yeah.
Not like dogs. No, I don't think they go into heat like dogs do.
No, they got cycles where they go in heat when they want the male. Like they get real sensitive, like they keep their ass in the air, they meow all fucking night.
Yeah, but they don't like it. I'm telling you, they don't like it.
But
they're teasing that man. And then that man's like, all right, this is what you want, this is what you want. You're gonna get it. And then she's like, yeah, try me. And then he actually pounces on her and holds her
And
down.
male cats do run away, they don't care.
Yeah, they're
After that, they just.
Is that process still...
Yeah, they're like, don't call me.
On to the next franchise. Dude, do you think that still happens with other feline like animals? So like lions or tigers.
Yeah.
Lions stay, tigers go, cheetahs go, leopards, panthers.
but
they
all
all
go?
leave.
Tigers leave too?
All the males leave.
Only lions?
Lions only one, and if you count meerkats, if you count.
How about,
them.
what are their dicks like?
I don't know.
A meerkat's feline? A meerkat's feline?
That's a good. Well, I don't know if you call them that.
It would have been bad if you would have been like, well, I'll tell you. Start going down the list.
I mean, but if you're being realistic, I mean, the house cat is related to a lion.
You know all about
so they might have a similar situation.
Yo, he knew about the barbed dick though. As I was saying it, he was like, oh yeah. He's like, I was like,
because when we were kids, we had a cat that did that. Like he was mating with one of our cats, and my brother caught him, and as we pulling him off, it was almost like they were stuck.
Oh,
like he
it's like
was
Velcro. Yeah, he wasn't. That dick wasn't coming out, dude.
Ooh.
Latches.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Really?
That's not the only animal
was
that does
like
it either. It's like another animal. I can't. Maybe it's pop. There's other animals
Can do the same thing.
that
Yeah.
do the same thing.
I thought it was like
Barbed
a corkscrew
penis.
situation. What's the corkscrew?
Oh, there is one that's like a corkscrew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
They're
thought
dogs.
Pigs.
Pigs?
Pigs.
I
They
think
have
you're
the
right.
corkscrew
Yeah.
dick.
Yeah, but female pigs actually have orgasms. You can look that up.
What?
They have more intense orgasms than actually a human female. It's that intense. You can look it up. It's facts.
So when someone calls you a pig fucker, it's actually like he knows what he's doing.
That would be a compliment.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
and you squeal like a pig.
Yeah.
There you
Oh.
go. Pigs.
No pun intended.
How are all those? How many pigs is that?
7.
7
Pigs
pigs.
times 7.
Wait, that's
Great show.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of
7
music
times?
is it?
Pigs.
Mm-hmm.
And how many members?
Exclamation point after.
I thought it was going to be 7, but
Yeah.
there's only 5.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The leads, right? If you're going to do pigs, you should do 5.
Is it how is it stylized? Pigs! Exclamation mark! Pigs! Like pigs! No.
Just straight, just pigs. And then the first pigs is capitalized. And that's it. Just 7 pigs.
Any spaces in between the other pigs?
Yeah, there's spaces. Really good act. The only
What type
problem
of
is,
music is it?
say like sludge metal.
Hmm.
The guy's from London, really great stage presence. I mean, he was wearing a Stone Cold Steve Austin like tank top, boxer jerseys, barefoot,
Okay.
very Pantera style, and just like doing all these like boxing moves while he's like screaming his lungs out. It was really good. The only problem though is that their songs all sound the same.
That's the problem with sludge metal.
I do find that
Yeah.
with most of the dark arts metals, as I like to call them.
The dark arts.
The dark arts, yeah.
It's the same.
The stuff out
every
of
time.
Scandinavia.
Well, it was funny because like he would go from one song to another,
Wait.
and I thought it was the same song. I thought they just did like a guitar.
Like I just heard this.
Yeah, it's like wait a minute, but it's like a different song, and it's like
You know, they'll tell you that how many there's you know there's not just one way to skin a cat. Like there's not just one way to like scream or drool, but like I don't think there's like the guttural.
it was almost like there's a point in one song where it was like a Gaelic chant, a Gaelic chant. It was like it was really that was cool. And I always thought
those guys.
The Who.
The Who.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought they were gonna
The
do that.
Who?
The Who.
H-U.
Is it the Who?
No, not the Who. Not the Who.
No.
Not the Who.
No.
Is that a play on?
Who?
Is that the play on? Maybe it is.
And what are they?
They're like a
HU.
no. Apparently they're Mongolian. I did not realize.
They're
I thought they were
Mongolian.
Irish, but they do these.
Wait,
like,
I think
chants.
this guy wears a Stone Cold shirt at all times.
At all times. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Is
that's
your
not-
boy?
Dude, this is my boy.
I thought
Yes.
oh, what's that guy's name?
I mean,
Snyder?
look
Zach?
at the
The
snap.
freaky.
Yes!
I thought that was him. The dude.
Oh my God. What's his name? He was the
He was in-
delivery guy in Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Oh, Rob Schneider.
Rob
Schneider.
Fucking Rob Schneider.
He does.
Looks like
He
Rob
does.
Schneider.
Goes together like lamb and tuna fish.
Dude,
Lemon to the fish.
but he's very short. But he's so cool.
Hello, everybody.
What the?
Pigs. That guy was sick. He wore like a button down.
I like the stash.
And the echo when he screams is really great. Oh, he does this a lot.
Oh
He does
yeah.
like that.
All right, so what's
You see, that's the thing is when you're talking about that sound. All sludge metal bands do that.
Has that echo.
They have that same. Well, it's like a lot of sustain. They probably playing on the drop C tuning. Everyone fucking plays on that tuning. It seems like.
Yeah. And then Deftones does that a lot too. That echo.
Mhm.
I feel like he's not sure what he wants to be.
Yeah. He just
What?
added everything that he liked in his
It
shirt.
sounds good to me.
Yeah.
He has a
To
cool
one with an
it's-
Ed Hardy short pants.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of weird.
No, but the
Wait,
stage
but
presence
that's
was
what he
good.
wore that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, that night.
So
yeah.
is that his
I
costume?
guess. I
His
guess
outfit?
It is. I
I
guess
feel
it
like
is.
That's his
Kind of
persona.
it is.
Stone Cold shirt, Ed Hardy short pants.
Yeah. I mean,
I want to bring the Stone Cold shirt back as a fashion statement.
I have a Stone
I'm
Cold.
I would rock. Do you think about what you wear at work? Like, do you try to not be flashy solids?
When I'm at work, solid colors. I mostly wear black t-shirts, and that's it. Pretty much.
no
Black.
graphic tees.
No, I don't wear graphic tees. My only thing is, it's like I don't want people to like. I wore graphic tees before,
Okay.
but then it gets like certain people could wear graphic tees, but for me, for instance, I choose not to because then it becomes like a judgmental factor.
I don't think of you as a
No,
graphic
but
tee guy.
I feel like it. I have a shit ton.
I feel like your what I remember from you is like a black t-shirt,
t-shirt.
and blue jeans.
That's it. That's all I
That's
wear.
that's it.
And then you'll catch me on certain days where when you see me blacked out, then it's like text out. Text out, black jeans, black shirt, boots, combat boots. Like,
Combat boots?
I wear
Steel
combat
toe,
boots.
baby.
Dude, that's not comfortable.
Oh,
I gotta
it is comfortable. It depends on what kind of boots you get.
Dude, you know, I'm me on a tech scout now. Well, I stopped changing this since I have like moved up the ladder. But like back into a tech scout, if I'm running around advancing, sweatpants, G, sweatpants. I'm comfortable.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I gotta give it this one guy. There was this one camera guy. No matter what, and I'm not saying he was like dressed to the nines, but every day he was sharp. Every day.
I don't get it. Like, I just don't get
How
it.
do you have the time?
Yeah.
But it's a listen, to each its own, but I feel like with, camera department, they work very hard.
Right.
They're a lot of people don't give them credit because they're at call to rap on set with the exception of lunch. They're there. They don't have the benefit to walk away
Mm-hmm.
or to go take
That's
a phone call or to go go to Crafty and joke around. You never see a camera person there.
No.
That's true.
And if you do, it's like the loader with
Yep.
carrying everything.
Everything
because he's
for
bringing
the-
it, or
yeah.
he's bringing it to every
All the
all the
coffees.
other.
Yeah. And that's why I always say, like, you know, when you have a location, and you know, sometimes some locations are like, well, you can't use the restroom here on set. You gotta like get a restroom trailer or whatever. I would always fight where it's like, can my actors and my camera department with my director use the restroom?
Yeah,
And the argument there is,
I never throw in the camera department though. I've never thrown in the camera
I
department with
You gotta
VIPs.
think about them, because sometimes they can't leave, or they have to rush off. You know, and it's like,
and that's fair. It's good. And the argument for against the location is like saying like, listen, we could edit your hair faster.
correct.
If you have the cameras who don't have to do the restroom trailer, like it's right, we're gonna get it. Like it's gonna just shave off. I don't know, minutes maybe, but those minutes count.
Time is money.
I'm so scarred. There's this one first AC that we were filming at the Woolworth Mansion. You know that in Long Island. It's
No.
not Port Washington.
And I literally scout locations.
Glen Cove. It's in Glen Cove.
Oh, okay.
The Woolworth Mansion. I don't know if you can still film there, but you could. And like, we had a trailer pretty close. You couldn't. They were on septic. They just didn't want anybody, even VIPs in this one bathroom. They didn't want. So every day I would make like a maze of blue tape and sign it up. And this guy,
Someone just goes in there.
he would like find the one every time. He would find like the one, like he was like the dude in Ocean's 12. The French guy, the French guy, like going through the lasers. Like this is. I wish I could see him like getting through my blue tape maze to get to the bathroom every time.
One of my favorite scenes, because you know why? The music.
The music.
Te Lament by La Canción. I love that song.
That song.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs of all time. Scoundrel music, I like to call it. It sounds like
Scoundrel?
like a real scoundrel would listen to that while they're doing something devious and scheming. That's the soundtrack that I think is going on in their head, dude. That song.
Scoundrel music.
You ever heard that song? Oh.
Play the scene.
Te Lament. Oh, I know all about it. La Canción.
Yo, Ocean's 12. Everyone says it's like the not the most favorite.
I love Ocean's 12. That's probably my favorite one. They're in Europe. It's so cool.
It's so cool. And
Ocean's 13 is
twist
cool.
at the
the
end.
laser dance.
The
Yeah,
laser
dude.
dance. The Ocean's 13, I kind of like too. I like the Matt Damon's character in that one a lot. To try to like emphasize his little, because I think he like was actually falling in love with that girl.
The Mark?
Right.
No.
Do you think it was
From the hotel?
From the hotel.
No, I don't think
Alright,
so.
here we go.
Oh, this is good.
Should we go widescreen for this?
Mm-hmm.
This deserves the good treatment.
Looks like my buddy's Eddie.
That's the song.
It's a good one, dude.
The Scoundrel music.
Scoundrel music.
Is that part necessary? Like,
Yeah, he's got to get into the rhythm. He's got to count it out.
warm it
Yeah,
up.
loosey goosey, you know.
No productive member of society listens to this. Okay,
and then he goes back.
Dude, he knows what he's doing.
It's so epic. It's like, I gotta do this to go back.
You look at the graphics now, the CGI.
He goes through the laser.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times he goes through the laser.
Immediately.
What is it? Oh, it's like in Jay and Silent Bob, they parody this, and like at the very end, like they get through it, but then they fart, and it sets the lasers off.
But that is the.
That's the Scoundrel music.
Have you seen the Ocean's movies?
Probably Ocean's 11. Haven't really kept up with those.
The twist in Ocean's 12 is, I think, better.
You know
than
why
the
they
twist in
stopped
Ocean's
making
11.
them, right?
Female
Bernie
Ghostbusters.
Oh my god.
Because Bernie Mac died?
Because Bernie Mac died, all the actors got together and they're like, we're not doing this because Bernie Mac can't be in the next one.
Really? So that was it? 13 was it? They were done?
Because they asked him, like, would you do another one? Like, let's do another one. They're like, Bernie died, we're not doing it.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Casey Affleck, all those
Scott
guys.
Caan.
They were
Scott
all like,
Caan.
Dude,
you know,
he's good.
What, dude? I loved him in was it Friday Night Lights?
Is he in Friday Night
The
Lights?
movie?
I never saw Friday Night Lights. I know that
Not the
Who's
show,
Scott
but the movie.
Caan?
Scott Caan's
He-
James
he-
Caan's son. Caan.
From freaking Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yes.
Scott Caan's in Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
best line ever. You know about the stranger? It's like you sit on your hand.
Someone gets numb.
Yeah.
I hate that we all laughed as soon as you said you still on your hand. You're like, all right.
We all know where it was going.
No, his dad, James Caan, just died.
Yeah.
Like last year, right?
I just watched Misery for the first time.
You ever seen
You mean
Misery?
James Caan? You keep saying James Caan.
James Caan or Caan? Is it
It's James Caan.
James Caan?
C-A-A-N.
James Caan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, Scott Kahn then.
Because I was like,
Shaka
okay, who the
Khan.
fuck is Caan?
Never heard of Scott Kahn.
Your misery's insane.
Misery.
That leg.
The hobbling? Where she hobbles?
Oh, you know, and I was like, she's not gonna do it. He's gonna get out of this. Like, no. No, the only unrealistic. I mean, there's a lot of unrealistic stuff. but,
She's a
like,
great actress.
Kathy Bates?
I'm
I
sure-
think she won an Oscar.
Yeah, she won an Oscar for that.
Oh,
Honestly,
really?
I just would have
For
whipped it out. That's what she wanted. She just wanted him to whip it out one day. Just, he didn't do it. That's what it is.
I mean,
That would have changed things. It would have definitely changed the scope
Nah.
of
He
it.
whipped it out.
dude, he
Yeah.
could have killed her easily. She would have been at her weakest then.
It would have been great
Yeah.
if he.
Yeah.
It would have been great if he whipped it out, and then she was like, "Nah, it's not what I wanted."
You call that a dick?
But she was also said that he was like writing some like gross stuff.
Yeah.
She was very like
Yeah.
PG or whatever.
And then also the fact that he kills misery. You know.
She was great in The Office.
Yes.
Yeah, she's great. She's
The
a
Office.
good actor.
She-
Yeah,
in The
she
Office.
it was like when they like some company bought like Spectre or something like some
From
company
Florida.
from Florida bought out Thunder Mifflin, and she's terrific. Like I was really bummed when they had like Will Ferrell kind of.
He was on there for a little bit. Yeah, I
A
remember.
little
that.
bit, but the thing is, like, I'm rewatching Office because it's on like Comedy Central right now, and I'm weird. I like to have TV choose what I get to watch. I don't like to scroll through Netflix.
You mean you're rewatching it because they probably don't have any new content to be put on because there's no actors or writers to...
That's 100%
It
correct.
seems like that's going to be over soon, though, from what everyone but
Yeah.
they are saying. It's all
I mean,
hearsay.
I you know what? I was one of those people where it's like as soon as I got information, I was like, yeah, it's gonna happen. We're gonna go back to work. We're gonna go back to work. And then it's like, writers took the deal. Great, we're gonna go back to work. Next week, everyone's all amped up.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, that was a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
No one's saying anything because you obviously are a bit more important than us in the level of dealing with producers. Have anyone called you with like anything
no,
realistic?
there's all hearsay talks. Well, this is what we're gonna be planning. And it's like, great.
But
Well-
nothing finite, nothing.
No.
Even holds.
No.
Not even holds.
I mean, it's like, a lot of productions want to start up, but then it's like, the actors aren't taking the deal. They thought the actors were going to take the deal in the first week. They're like, oh, yeah, that Monday, October 2nd, when they
Oh, when they went back, right?
And
Yeah.
then it was like, okay, next week everything's going to start back
It's
up.
been a month.
All the talking has been, so I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to think. At this moment, right now,
You're
it's
just
like,
not holding your breath.
just let me know when it's all
Yeah.
done.
I'm not lying. I've been enjoying my time off a little bit.
I enjoy it.
Me too.
I
Me too.
I
Me
got
too.
into going to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Gym's nice. No time to go to the gym when you're on set.
You seem healthy. You seem good.
Yeah, a little
I
healthy.
think the problem is though when we go back to the industry and we start working all these hours that we normally do,
The
where are you
food.
gonna find
Mhm.
the time?
It's not. I mean, here's, dude.
I lose weight when I work though.
No, I don't. I'm not. Oh, I'm at. Because here's the thing. You know how you were saying camera guys never get to go to Crafty? We're the opposite end of that stuff. We can go whenever, almost we ever want.
You choose to. You
But-
choose to.
Yes,
But-
you can, but camera guys can't even choose to go.
No.
They're actually stuck there.
But that's why they're always sneaking Starbucks and like all this coffee on the set.
Which I do hate also, but
I hate
I
that
choose to go
too.
to Crafty all the time. I luckily I got like my buddy into the business, like he's a unit PA, eventually be an assistant, and I was like, dude, I don't care, like hold me accountable. You see me with a Twinkie in my hand, smack it out of my hand. I was like, I can't go back. I've gotten into like I eat breakfast, I have a little snack, I have dinner, that's it.
I got into
Mhm.
fasting.
Fasting's good.
So when the big thing was like I'm on set now, I
Mhm.
don't eat crafty at all.
What do you? All right, so this is what I'm thinking. A rule that I'm going to impose on myself, and I really want to stick to it. Get to work. You have breakfast. That's it.
But how early are you eating breakfast? But dinner the call time.
It depends. I don't think it'll matter as much. It's about caloric intake at the end of the day, right? It's like breakfast. And I'm not saying go crazy.
I say skip breakfast.
Breakfast is the most important meal.
No, it's not. Who told you that?
That's an advertising.
That's advertising?
It's advertising. Think about it. Go back to the lineage of mankind.
Okay.
Right? Your great, whatever, right? BC. When cavemen woke up in the morning, they didn't have the opportunity to be like, I'm just going to have a quick breakfast. I'm just going to make some scrambled eggs. No. They spent majority of their day hunting, gathering, and then they ate until later on in the day.
They were good. They're fine.
But I also think the metabolism builds was different. Like they could go a couple hours without eating better than we could.
Yeah, but I mean,
maybe a whole day too.
Yeah.
Well, what I do is like I stopped. I was doing it for about 8 months, 24-hour fasting. I did a 24. I did a 48.
Weren't you ravenously hungry at a certain point?
No, because you have to do it smart. So when you go into fasting, you can't just say tomorrow I'm doing the 24. No, you start with a 12-hour fasting,
right?
Which is easy.
I've done that's easy.
Go to sleep, wake up, don't have
eat for 2 hours. Yeah,
yeah. It's like
that's fine.
You do 12. Then from the 12, you move to 16. Then you move to a 20. Then you go to 24. But you don't do it within Monday. I'm doing this. Tuesday, no. Take a couple of days to do it. You get your body used to it. So by like week 2, week 3, you can do a 24-hour fast.
And so, all right. So then you'll do a 24-hour fast. Then you'll eat. Then you'll go. We always at least stay on like a 12. Like I was doing 16s every day. Like literally, stop eating whatever time it was. I try to stop eating by 6 or 7. From the last bite, the first bite is not until 16 hours later.
Yeah, and you don't want to eat at least 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep.
I thought it was 2. It's 3 to 4.
3 to 4, depending on what you're eating.
I always thought it was 2.
If you look at the diet of like just a regular person now, if you're not eating a lot of vegetables, like vegetables get.
You should not be eating though. Like
if you're eating meats and pastas and breads,
4 hours,
stuff, you should be at least 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed to get a good restful sleep.
But not only that, it's if you eat even like an hour before you go to bed, it's literally just sitting there.
Yeah.
And then you just gain. It's like empty.
And that's where some of those people are like, oh, I didn't get a good night's sleep. It's like,
but did you eat ice cream before you went to bed?
Correct.
And drink a glass of water before bed.
Water's fine.
No, that's good. That's great for you. A glass of water before bed will give you a good night's sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I'm not great at.
Drinking
water. That's like something I know we're gonna get to, but like there's just like one really good piece of advice that was given to me, and this is recent. Water is the adult drink.
I saw that. I see. Yeah.
All right. Think about when you were a kid. What would you say? What would you think of as like an adult drink?
Coffee.
Beer.
As I got older, I would think beer, but first I was like coffee because like I wasn't allowed to have it. Like my mom would drink it, but it's like this is
my
not
mom
a
used
kid.
to give me sips.
Of coffee?
Yeah.
My mom would give me like a sip, like I wasn't
it.
allowed to have a cup. I love coffee.
Yeah.
Love coffee. All right, yeah. So first I thought it was coffee. Then I thought beer. Or even younger, like even like so, like oh magic, dude, when I get older, I'm gonna have as much soda as I want. I'm gonna drink whatever I want.
Drink so much soda, so much cake.
My mom was such a good mom. She did so many great things for me. One thing she didn't do, and of course you can always remember the things your parents don't do for you. Like she just didn't teach me to drink water. What I've realized as I like one of my old girlfriends, water is the adult drink, dude. Water, do not drink. Like I know, like you can have beers and like that's fine, but like you should not be having soda with meals. You should not be having juice.
But I think with the times, my kids choose to drink water.
That's good.
That's huge.
That's
Choose
great.
To drink water.
That's great.
It's like they're not soda drinkers. I feel bad. I've introduced soda. Like, you want a soda?
Dude, I love soda.
Yeah, it's a little treat.
It's horrible for you. You
Friday
ever see what a can of Coke can do to a toilet bowl? You ever see that video?
Oh yeah. You ever see what a can of Coke can do to a paint job on a car?
Yeah, you want that in your you want that in your insides?
You're putting that on your inside.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's crazy.
What? Well, I've never seen what you're talking
Strips
about.
the paint, baby.
Yeah,
Really?
it's paint. It'll clean the toilet bowl. Dude, you want to be lazy and clean your toilet bowl? Dump a can of Coke in there.
Yeah, you know what's fighting that can of Coke when you drink it? It's
My
your
kidneys?
stomach acid.
My stomach acid?
Your acid is counterbalancing it. Like,
I mean, but to be fair, with the soda to the bowl, the carbonation might be the one causing it to clean up.
No,
I don't think
bubbling.
you put a seltzer in there. It'll do the same thing.
Probably not to the same degree, but it does something. But to a car, yeah, I agree.
Maybe a ginger ale.
You ever seen
Do
what
I
fucking happens to
ginger ale?
Dorito? You ever burned a Dorito before?
Burn a Dorito?
Try it.
I seen that.
What happens?
It's like blue
It's like-
and purple
Yeah,
flavor.
it's like a fucking piece of cardboard. It just burns.
Chemical.
Yeah.
It's chemicals.
It's
Like
the best
if it's
thing
real
to do.
cheese, it should melt, right? Like cheese should melt when you burn it.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be a corn chip at heart.
But
Yeah, going camping, you should always take what I've heard before. You should always take a bag of Fritos corn chips. They're called fire starters.
Is that what it is?
If you
It's
hold one up and light it on fire, it goes into a blaze and it stays on fire because of the vegetable oils and all that stuff that's within that corn chip. So, always keep a bag of Fritos in
when you
your
go
car.
camping.
Keep it in your car.
I don't even like
You know?
Fritos, so but it's
I love Fritos.
you could if honestly at Crafty I feel like those are one of the chips that are still there.
Yeah,
I'm like, nah, I'm good on the Fritos. I like the flavor. You ever have like the chili cheese Fritos? Like that's good.
that stuff goes.
It's like,
That stuff goes.
That's all fucking trash. I mean, it's all terrible Fritos. Like regular corn chip
You know what
flavored
you do?
Fritos.
Here's what you should do.
Yeah.
Right. Get a bag of Frito corn chips.
Okay.
This is like one of your fatty days.
Okay.
One of the days where you're like, I don't fucking care. Get a bag of Fritos.
Yeah.
Get chili.
Oh hell yeah,
Pour the chili in the bag
dude, that's a thing.
with cheese. Mix it up.
Isn't that called Frito pie?
I don't know what
Dude,
it's called.
Yes.
So you eat one.
Yeah,
Really
dude,
good.
that's like a
So it's
thing.
shepherd
So
pie.
one bite and you got diabetes, just like that. Just one
That
bite.
is
and you
that is
got-
diarrhea.
diarrhea.
One of the D's. You got one of the D's.
I mean, I will never do it.
That stuff was like. That sounds
Have you
like.
ever had a walk? This is like the same thing you ever had. It's called a walking taco. You know about this?
No.
It was like this. Like I saw this. I went to a party. I went to Mike Murray's Halloween or Super Bowl party a few years ago, and this was like a thing. Somebody showed up with a crock pot of like, well, I don't know if it was chili, but it was like ground beef, and like a big ass like crafty box of Doritos only. And it was like a station. You grab an individual bag of the Doritos.
Yeah.
You open it up. You pour the beef. Basically, what you were saying. You pour the ground beef in. You put in like your toppings, your fixings, like lettuce, tomato, sour cream, whatever. Shake it up, and you eat it like it's like a walking taco.
Sounds good though.
It was, dude. It was good.
Sounds good.
My problem.
I would never do that though.
Why
No,
not?
I mean at this point in my life,
You wouldn't try it if it was that.
I don't take sugar. I don't drink sugar.
Well,
I cut
there-
sugar
There was no
off.
sugar.
No, I'm just saying like I cut sugar off. I cut vegetable oils.
So how do you cook?
So olive oil.
Olive oil is so bad to heat up.
It's no, but you have to do it on the right temperature. Olive oil,
Okay.
coconut oil.
Okay.
Canola
Canola oil or is canola oil trash?
I don't drink that. I don't use any of those.
don't
You used to drink corn syrup too? Like,
Give me it.
All of that, I cut all that out. You know what's really bad about corn oil, vegetable oil, any like flour, any seed oils.
okay, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil, all that.
You intake that into your body. What's
Yeah.
happening is it's going into your bloodstream,
Okay.
and it's really not good to have oil in your bloodstream.
Because it can get through.
Clogs your arteries.
And olive oil is okay?
Olive oil is okay.
Okay.
Olive oil, coconut oil, ghee.
The Greeks love it. Italians love
those
it.
Ghee butter is okay.
Achilles loves
Ghee
it.
is.
Keely's love it.
Ghee is one of the
He loved it.
best.
Loved it.
Uh,
Right, Calvin?
Eat shit.
You gotta tell the story. You
Gotta
have
tell
to
the
tell the
story.
story.
You gotta tell me a
Tell the
good
story.
story.
What?
Speaking of Greeks and olives,
We had to write a paper in college, and it was basically write a paper about a real, what was it?
A real historical figure that
A
you
real
admire.
historical figure that you admire. And I wrote, I saw the movie
Troy?
Troy, and I wrote the paper about Achilles. And
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
I read the whole paper in class, proud, and then the teacher's like, you know Achilles isn't real.
But then he goes,
No.
but then he goes, but Brad Pitt.
Yo, hold on though. What? Wait. All right. A couple things to unpack here. One, first I'm hearing that he's not real. Like the Achilles heel, like Brad Pitt, that guy. Like
Not
it's called
real.
your Achilles heel. Not a real guy?
The story was
you're exactly right.
Really? Now you're finding out that he's not real?
This is right. I swear to God.
No. I think it's still on the table if Achilles is real or not. Because like I don't know. Like maybe he.
Why?
Is real,
Why
maybe
are
he's
you
not.
saying no? Why are you saying no?
When they know he's not real, it's a story. It was just a story. They just what was it?
It's
It's
a
like
myth.
a story
It's
of
like
Zeus.
because there's
It's like
Greek
a
myth.
story
Well,
of
they
Zeus.
always, but you know how you got the word Achilles heel, right?
That's where they got him.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
like
one
saying that's your
weakness.
weakness, and that's
Right.
where it's basically just a story.
Yeah.
You know?
But there could have been a man.
Dude,
named
that's
Achilles.
not real.
But that's part of that story's part of like what was that thing called again? Like it was,
The
Greek
Iliad.
myth. The Greek myth.
no, there's a couple of stories with that. You know what I'm talking
The
about?
Iliad.
Yeah, there we go.
Homer's the
Thank you.
Iliad?
Yeah.
Homer's Iliad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had first
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
No,
Odyssey,
Iliad
yes,
first.
that's what
Odyssey's
it-
great.
Odyssey's
That's a
awesome.
good book.
Awesome.
Oh wow, Achilles.
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 No R.
No, there's
no
no
R.
R.
ACH.
You're saying Achilles is Achilles.
Achilles.
Achilles. Mm-hmm.
You've been saying Achilles this
But
whole time.
Achilles is
I would have
another-
been like, I would have been like, there is no Achilles. You're right. You know that's the big guy. It's Achilles.
Achilles.
Yeah.
He was a warrior
Okay.
who was a demigod.
So not real.
I mean, I can
Not real.
Damn, dude. I would have loved to be in that class though. Cause I would have been, dude. I would have. Were people laughing while he was reading this? Like, did some know, some didn't?
Some did. Some
Did you know?
I don't know. I think that was the first time I'm learning too. But it was funny to see his face drop.
But
know?
you were like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Good shit, God. That's a good presentation. Because I would have been like that, dude. I would have, dude. If you were like you were selling.
Fuck, I should have took that one.
Yeah, yeah. If you were like selling it, and, like really like acting and like giving, I would have been like, dude, nice.
That should have been the part of the story is try to convince someone that someone's real. That should be the lesson in the class. You know?
You should have hit her with, but he could have been.
Yeah.
He could have
He
been.
could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Right? Because we don't know.
So you
I mean-
failed. What happened? So did she take pity on you? Did she feel bad?
She was very nice. She was real nice when she said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I wrote a nice presentation.
No, it was a really good presentation. It just
Yeah.
was he was wrong.
Did you talk about the Iliad?
The what?
I guess not. We're Achilles. That's the story. The Iliad. That's the
Look up
poem.
if Achilles is in the
The
Iliad.
epic.
Homer's.
He is in the Iliad.
Yeah.
He's in the
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, no.
And then Troy is.
Do you know this? Or did your
Yeah.
brother-in-law tell you this
Oh
also?
my God! I'm about to come in and talk to you for a second.
Whoa, no fighting words right now?
Wait, I'm gonna come over and
I'm gonna
talk
come
to you
over
for a
and talk
second.
to you.
Where are you from that's like a threat? Like, you want someone to come talk to you?
I forget where that's from. It was I think it was like from Letterkenny.
Aw,
It
I
was
can't get down with that.
Something like that, where it's like someone was like, I'm about to come in and talk to you for a second. It's right here.
I don't, dude. People love Letterkenny. I can't.
I got
It's a good
sick
show.
of it. It's a good show.
It's
I
a
mean,
funny show.
it's like a Canadian, not as funny Sonny.
Exactly. Yeah, Shorzy though.
Shorzy
That's
good?
great. That is actually phenomenal. It's so funny. His insults are a top tier. Just
It's the same guy from Letterkenny,
oh
right?
my God, yeah, same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't have the same. He doesn't have this like the Scrolly Dan and his sister, and then
The sister's
his
hot,
husband.
dude.
So hot.
What? And she's into like the weirdest dude.
Yeah, I used to follow her on Instagram.
This is what me and Marcus is like.
What? You're not into the girl. From
I don't know any of those shows you're talking about.
Let him talk.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good show. It's called Letterkenny. You can watch it on Hulu. You ever watch? Do you like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I never watched that.
You ever watched It's Always Sunny?
But I know it's good. I know. I'm not gonna say it's bad. I hear
It's
it's
really good.
It's like, all right,
It's
well then,
really good.
I guess this wouldn't, because my analogy is you needed to know that. But Letterkenny is like a Canadian show,
Mhm.
and it's essentially like, for lack of a better analogy, like the Canadian version of It's Always Sunny.
Mhm.
It's like four
Yeah,
four
but they-
dopes that hang out at a
They
farm
don't
stand.
really like sunny Philadelphia.
No, it wouldn't
Oh,
be. No,
no.
it doesn't reach that.
They wouldn't get
level.
hooked on crack for an episode like
Yeah.
they would in Sunny.
Did someone get addicted to crack?
It was the one episode where they were in a convention space and D walks in. What was the one that got buff?
Mac.
Mac.
Mac grabs her by the pussy and lifts her up. And then someone yelled out, "You grabbed her by the pussy!" the guy was like, "That's very offensive. We shouldn't be grabbing women by the pussy." And then Dee's like, "No.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. Do it again."
Who had that in you?
He's gay in the show now.
He's
though,
in,
right?
yeah.
No,
Wait,
he's
what?
like, yeah, apparently he's gay in
I
the
didn't see the
show.
last
He
episode.
has-
He's married
last
to
season.
Dee in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he's in the show. He had a coming out episode that was actually like pretty. It was like him doing like trying to come
Is
out
it
in
just
front
to
of his
get
father.
with the times and just
No,
or they
it-
make
no.
No, they've always
so-
said hinted at him
They
being
hinted at being
gay.
gay, so he finally came out. And the reason why he finally came out was because so that he could have possession of a lottery ticket. Because the episode's hilarious. So it starts off with Mac and Charlie are walking down the street, and then you have Frank and Dennis hanging out on the same street. And they don't know; they're all discontinued. Dee is walking towards them, and out of her pocket comes out from the wind a lottery ticket.
Okay.
There's a piano hanging down right where Charlie and Mac are about to walk into. So Frank goes, "Watch out, faggot."
Say louder.
Yeah, we're talking about cat dicks with barbs. You can't say faggot on this. Oh, we need to cancel now.
But it was so funny. So he walks up, and then because he yelled, "Watch out, faggot!" Basically he stops, and the piano lands, and they're safe. The lottery ticket is still flying in the wind. Mac catches it. So basically, the rest of the episode, they're trying to debate who wins the lottery ticket because it's like $10,000 that they're gonna win.
Okay.
Dee's side of the story is basically like, well, I was the one who bought it. Dennis' side of the story is like, well, I'm the one who gives you money, like an allowance, so technically it's my lottery ticket. And Frank's like, and Mac's like, well, I got it, and also, that's a hate crime. He called me a faggot. so basically at the end of the episode, he's basically like, they're with like a lawyer trying to figure it out, and he's like, well, you can have the ticket if you say that you're gay. And he's like, all right, I'm gay. I'm doing it. So, he gets the ticket.
So wait, is he really gay then
Yeah.
in the show,
He-
or is he just says it to win the money?
It's pretty clear that he's actually gay.
Like
he has
since
a-
then, he's been gay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's the bicycle that he has with like a dildo going up.
Oh,
So every time he pedals, the dildo like
Goes up his ass.
Yeah, so he's like, well, a lot of bikers, when they get lazy, they want to sit down. But I have created this contraption where if you want to sit down, you have this fist stick up your ass. And they're like, Mac, I think you're gay. No, it's just something to keep you motivated.
Ride the bike.
Yeah, I don't want that on my ass. It keeps you motivated.
Jesus Christ. So, Andrew Fisher,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna get down to a little bit to know about you.
Let's get down.
I've known you for how many years?
8 years. I think I met you 8 years ago. Like this, 2015.
2015.
Summer of 2015.
Summer 2015.
I was thinking about how I met you and how like
It was La Marina,
uptown.
Quantico.
No, Mysteries Laura.
Mysteries Laura.
Yeah.
We shot Mysteries Laura. And then you were PA
That day,
that day.
and I was
You
like,
did locations before that.
I was like, hey man, I do locations, and you're like, I'll hire you.
No, I remember.
I love that.
It was a brick wall. And I'm there standing there, and I'm like talking to my manager, Rocco, on the phone. And it's like, we gotta prep, we gotta prep, we gotta prep. I only got 2 assistants, and we got 3 preps. I need another one. And then he magically popped up. Hey, I've done locations before. And I'm like, really?
Amazing.
I'll hire you.
Listen, a homeless person could have popped up. I'm like, I've done locations before.
And that's essentially what I looked like too at the time.
I brought you on, and you did the next day. You prepped the location, and you mentioned a couple of names of people that I knew and I respected and I've worked with.
But you didn't call him.
No, I didn't. I did not call them. But because he said the names, I'm like, well, these people won't just hire anybody. So, boom. And then did one day, and just upfront, respectable. Like he was just like, Andrew was just like, copy, yes, go, done. What's next? What's that? Like,
Love
and I was
it.
You can't ask for anything else.
Yeah.
He checks off all the boxes.
Yeah.
And then, I go to my manager. I was like, this guy's killing it. And, we have so many preps, wraps, shoot days. It got to the point where it's like, it's stressing the fact that we have 2 assistants and we have to keep calling in people to come cover these smaller things. Can we go to bat and have a 3rd assistant?
Mm-hmm.
Went to bat. Yep, we can have a 3rd assistant.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew walks in.
Nice. Especially you had just 2 at the time, though, because 3 is
No, I only had 1. It was just Joe. I was the second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just
It was just Joe.
Oh, it was 1?
It was just Joe.
You're right.
Joe Dabo?
No,
No.
sorry.
Sorry?
Yeah.
The man.
I don't know if I met him.
He's amazing.
He's a great guy.
So then we hired Andrew, and he's working. And then as the story proceeds, phone calls are ringing. People reached out to Deborah.
Oh, my ex-girlfriend reached out to
Your
Deborah.
ex-girlfriend.
She was nuts, though. To be fair, all right. She was crazy, my ex-girlfriend. That was some fucked up shit, dude. That was really fucked up.
Yeah, but it got to the point where it's like, things were being said and all this stuff. And then the crew came to me and was like telling me certain things about Andrew. And I'm like, I would never know. Andrew was like, he did his thing and I didn't have an issue with him. He did the job. Later on, I learned out that you had some issues.
I had some issues.
That you were dealing with.
I did.
Some really dark things.
I did.
You were an addict.
I was. So this is 2015, right? So this is, I got clean April 2017. So this is like, what I like to say, like if like people were like, cause I was, talking about my questions. If you were like categorize like that time of my life, that was the beginning of rock bottom. Right when I met you. That was like where things hadn't gotten awful yet, but it was starting to. And like this is probably so I did that job with you guys, and then I didn't get work for a little bit, and you guys obviously went right to another job, and then I did a job over the summer with a crazy manager, and then I didn't get another job again until like a year later when I got clean. So that was like the beginning of so it's so funny to me that like you met me there, because I'm glad that you get to see me as who I am now, like the real Andrew, if you will. But like, that was like the worst time anybody could have met me when you met me, and then I hadn't seen you for a while, and I think, I don't know, but like then I start working with Miguel a couple years later. I'm already clean for like 2 years, and like I'm sure the first thing that Miguel tells you that you're working with me is like, no fucking way. I can only imagine like what you would be saying to him. Was like, oh well, let me tell you what it was when he was for me. But it's like that was like the worst time that anybody.
I give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, you were.
Once we learned that you
were always fair to me.
Clean, I was like, well, if someone chooses to go like and become so here, let's get
all out.
So you're clean. How many years have you been clean now?
6 years, almost 6 years and almost 7 months.
6 years and 7 months.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing. But it gets to the point now. 6 years, 7 months. You don't need congratulations anymore. You just.
I've done everything that I needed to do.
Correct. When did you start?
When I started using in general.
Correct.
All right. So
and what were you using?
So I started weed, and I ended with heroin, and basically everything under this, anything between those two, I've tried at one point, except for meth, because I don't like the idea. When someone's like, "Yeah, you'll be up for a while," I was like, I like to sleep. I just didn't want to stay up for 3 days.
So it's when you're looking at all the drugs that you've done.
Yeah. Throw one out.
Crack.
Yep.
Wait, I got a question. Why do you white dudes do black people drugs? Like, you choose all the drugs you can choose. You choose crack. I know.
Crack was like not my fit. Crack was not like my choice. But like I've done it.
Oh, wow.
Crack was. I actually didn't really like that either. Like I wasn't like an uppity kind of guy. And like crack is cocaine on crack, right? Literally.
So it's
Sure,
It's
it is.
name them.
All right. I already said weed, heroin, crack, Special K, acid, mushrooms, ecstasy, PCP, angel dust. I don't know. Am I missing anything? Or any other big ones? The pill, Xanax.
What got you into these?
So, all right. Growing up, like I knew, like in like health class, like you just knew that heroin was bad, right? Stay away from that. Like don't touch that. But and you don't like go. You don't wake up one day like I'm gonna do heroin. Like I mean, maybe some really crazy people. I didn't, and most people I knew never thought that they would wind up there. But what they weren't telling, at least my suburban neighborhood at the time, was that Long Island, Oceanside, South Shore near the beach. What they weren't telling us is OxyContin is the same thing as heroin, just in a pill. And I think that if it was brought, like if they told me,
I didn't know that.
oh yeah,
It is.
yeah, it's literally like no one like all these like people that are hooked on heroin today, they didn't start there. They started with some form of oxycodone. And if I knew that, I mean, obviously I can't tell you for a fact, but I would truly like to believe, and I do believe this to be true, that if I knew what that was, if I knew that it really was essentially heroin in a pill, I would have never tried it. But I didn't know that. I didn't know what it was. My friends were doing these pills in college, these little blue pills, 30 milligram Oxycontins, also known as Roxaset or Roxys or Blues or any other street name. And I was like, this is better than sex. This is so incredible. Like I love this feeling. And that was my start. And it's horribly addictive. And it is just a prelude to heroin. It's just pharmaceutical grade heroin in a pill.
Wow.
And and once it gets its claws in you, it's really terrible. I mean, first off, really, it steals your soul from you. It kind of makes you a shell of a person that you're kind of just chasing this one thing, and everything else sort of falls by the wayside. Like for instance, like I'll be candid with you now because like who cares? The show's been canceled for years. We haven't worked together in a while. Like I was so enthralled in all of this that there'd be times where literally I would like get to a prep, get the crew in, get breakfast, and tell every other person, all right, Calvin, I have to go on a run for these guys. So if you come by, I'm not here. Those guys, I have to go run a check. Somebody else, I have to go to the office so that I could drive to Jamaica, Queens every day, meet my guy who didn't care that I had a schedule. So like I would get there, I'd be like, listen, I need X amount at this time. I gotta go. Like I planned it out meticulously in my head. It's never working like that. So like he's an hour behind. I'm here. I'm not leaving because I'm gonna be sick otherwise. So everyone's like, where are you? Where are you? I'm like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Trying to have to keep track of my lies. Rush back. I'm sweating because I'm dope sick. I'm sweating because I'm nervous that I'm gonna get fired. All of this chaos is happening, but not enough, ironically, to be like, maybe I should stop this.
Right.
Maybe I should like not do this.
I remember it was. I'm not gonna say the location's name.
Okay.
Because I don't want to mix. But it was down by Wall Street area.
Okay.
It was on a prep.
Okay.
And normally what I do when I was in ALM, I never told any assistants when I was showing up. I just show up. So I showed up that day, and Andrew's there. And I guess I showed up at a time when you were like, kind of like on edge a little bit.
Okay.
And I was like, how's it going? You're like, oh, it's good. And then you were like, can I go use the bathroom? I'm like, it's a prep. Like, you don't need to ask me to use the bathroom. I'm like, that's a God-given right. Go use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you went into the bathroom. And it's like, I went into the bathroom, but I didn't go into the bathroom to see what you're doing. I went into the bathroom. It was like one of those huge bathrooms. I went to the bathroom, used the urinal, took a piss, washed my hands. And like as I'm washing my hands, I'm drying my hands. Andrew's in the stall, and you hear like. I'm like, I'm standing there and I'm like, I've heard stories already from like certain people, and I'm like, I'm not confronting him. Like, I'm not asking. I don't want to put you in that situation because you were still doing, like, you were, what do you call that? A person that does certain substances, but still, you're functioning.
I was functioning.
He was functioning. And in my brain was like, he's doing the job. I guess he's functioning like, you know.
The job got done. The job got done.
Yeah, but you know,
it was like, listen,
but I didn't
it's
know
a liability.
in what toll and an effect that it was taking on him because I've never asked.
Yeah, I thought honestly I will say like throughout everything that happened on that job, you and Rocco. You and the boss were still fair. You were absolutely fair.
You did what you had to do.
You did what I had to do, but like, I think you said it best. Like, even like with that whole Deborah Messing shit, and people were like fire him. To the manager's credit, he was like, "That's hearsay." So, we're not firing him for something that a third party is saying that's not actually proven.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fair. And whether he actually liked me as a person or was frustrated with things that were happening, I thought that was still respectable that he at least let me finish that. And he doesn't have to hire me ever again. And he hasn't. And that's fine. But at least it wasn't like listening to all the other people were like a mom mentality. He'd be like, well, just get it, you know, like now, like, I mean, this is like right before cancel culture really started, but like that could have been like the same thing. Like, well, we are hearing this, so you're guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
And instead of
did your close circle, meaning your friends and family, outside of the business, did they know what you were going through? Did they know?
They did. I mean, here's the other thing. Like, being an addict makes you like not even a good liar, just makes you a liar. So, like, it's really embarrassing to have to tell people how bad things really are. So I would always, like, make up excuses or lies or things are, it's not that bad or it's not what you think or, yeah, I'm fine. Because I was so embarrassed myself. I felt like I was, like, stuck in this cycle of I was never, like, I fell into it and now I'm kind of, like, on this hamster wheel and like, there's no real way off. Or the only way off would have to be like life uprooting, and I didn't have that in me, so I just kind of have to continue this, and I'll keep, insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result, and that's kind of how I felt on this hamster wheel of just like, I don't know, and so people obviously you could look at me and be like, yeah, maybe something's a little off, but I don't think anyone really knew how bad it was until afterwards, until I got clean and started doing the right thing and started letting people know what had happened and like making amends and the best thing that I could have done is like, and I really like, we brought up Joe Fasari like just a second, like I owe Joe, and he doesn't even know this, and I think I might have like called him once like to tell him what he really did for me. I've been clean like 3 months, and I was like, I guess I've done some bad things in the business. I had a bad reputation. I was like, I guess this is just not my thing. Like I always wanted, when I grew up, I wanted to be a movie director. I loved movies. That was my passion. I wanted to work in this industry. I wanted to do whatever I could. And I thought, I was like, you know what? I guess I burned this bridge, but at least I'm alive. At least I'm going to do something else. I'll figure out something else in my life. And Joe called me at like 3 months clean. And he was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, no. He's like, are you working? I was like, no, I'm not at the moment. And he was like, our unit PA just got into some sort of accident, got into a car accident or something. He's hurt. Would you be interested in working for 5 days? As a unit. He knew me as an assistant, but he asked me to unit. And he didn't even know at the time that I had been clean. So he's, as far as he's concerned, like, I need somebody. I need somebody able to do this. Andrew could probably at least do the job, minimal expectations. I know he can do that. I assume that's what he's thinking. So he calls me, and I'm like, I was like, can I call you back in a minute? I call my mom. I call like some people that are close to me. Like, I'm not sure that the movie business is going to be good for me. I was like, I don't know, but I also don't have any money. Like, I need to start working again. Like, I need to do something. So I decide that I'm going to do it. And I called Joe back and I said, I'll do it. And this was the end of July 2017. And I haven't stopped working since. And not only did I not stop working, the unit PA, Andrew Paluha, rest in peace, sad, they were like, Kieran Sleeper was the ALM, and I just gotten tight with him over like these 5 days, and then Andrew had to like take another week, so I covered that week, and then they needed a second assistant, and Andrew really wanted to be an assistant, and instead of promoting him, they let him come back as an EDP and made me an assistant.
Really?
And that's how I started assisting again.
Yeah.
Like really, actually assisting.
Yeah. And as your full self too.
I went full self. So then I'm like, okay, maybe I can do this again. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So the manager, I was like, I don't know. I was like, this is cool. Like maybe I can do this, but like this is gonna be hard. Like I can't really call anybody else that knows me because they all know me as this other person, and I'll have to prove something. So
that's fair.
Tyler Cobb is looking for somebody for like one location in Dumbo at the end of Paterno. And I guess their manager, because Tyler was an ALM at the time, calls the manager from the job I did with Joe and Kieran. And they're like, oh, why don't you call this guy Andrew? He just did a good job for us. And I guess Tyler also must have been really desperate because Tyler...
me and Tyler were ALM
together, right?
On Mysteries of Laura. Yeah. So I get a phone call and I see that it's Tyler. And I'm like, I guess I have nothing to lose. Like,
it must be an accident.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll answer. I'm like, Tyler? It's like, hey, what's going on, man? It's like, I just got your name from so-and-so. We need somebody to do this location. Are you available? And I was like, this is it. This is my opportunity. That not only am I going to do a great job, but here's my opportunity to show somebody that knew me in the past that I can be better than them. That I can do this. And from there, I went to Quantico.
Well, it's knowing from what you've done, the drugs of choice. What was your most lowest moment when you were on?
What my lowest?
And what were your highest moments?
I mean, highs like highs were fun. Like at a certain point, like not just like heroin, but like I liked going out. I liked partying. I liked like when you're in your early 20s in college and like girls and you were doing ecstasy. Like there are fun times, and then you get to a point where you don't if you realize it, I feel like you don't realize how bad things are or how far you let yourself go until it's kind of too late. Like the party had ended a while ago, and I'm still going. Chasing that feeling of a party, like years after college, where in college even like people could party on the weekends, but then like mine would continue into the week. So like first I'd end on Sunday, then I'd end on Monday, then I'd start on Friday, then I'd start on Thursday, and just the window got less and less.
Smaller, yeah.
So it was fun at first, and then I mean when you're flash forward to I haven't paid rent in 5 months. I'm seriously facing an eviction. Wow. My family wants to help me, but like they don't have anywhere for me to go. No one wants me to come and live with them because I'm going to steal from them, which I had done before, or give my cousins drugs, which I had done before, or lie. So no one really.
So would you consider that your low moments when you start stealing?
I mean, one of them for sure. This is all like an amalgamation of low moments of like how far I evolved as a person and like just like a decent person, right? Like I was the type of guy where I would steal from you and then I would help you look for that money because that would make you think that I didn't do it. So if you had like a 20, if I saw like your wallet was on the counter and I could get it out real quick and put it in my pocket and you'd be like, yo, dude, you see my 20? I was like, no, bro, let's fucking toss this place up. Let's look for it.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's sickening. It's sickening to think. I mean, listen, it is a sickness, right? Like addiction is definitely defined as a disease. Drugs are a symptom. Like it, and so like I'm compassionate for others. I look back on myself, and the best thing I can tell myself is like, you were sick. But like I'm ashamed of things that have happened. But the best thing that I can do is be the opposite of that. Like one of my favorite things about working in this business now is that I literally meet people that my reputation is that reputation of mine is so far removed, gone. People don't even know.
Dude, we were in the group chat together.
Yeah,
I had no idea about your story until before the podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure some other people in there. No, actually, not most people do know me from before that.
I'm also new wave, so that's the other thing.
Nah.
But no, I mean, your energy and your persona and what you've been doing for almost 7 years is really inspiring, and you know, I'm kind
Has
of
it been 7 years?
6 months and 6 years and 7 months.
7 months, so almost.
No shorts. We don't do shorts. That's true. That's like a thing.
But everything you're saying is kind of inspiring. It is very inspiring, especially for me, because like you mentioned about like the Friday party, the Saturday party, Sunday. We're gonna push it this Monday, then we start back in Friday, or maybe even Thursday because that's Thursday night football,
right?
And then all that stuff. So I'm kind of doing the same thing right now, especially in the fall, where I'm just like the sun's getting a little bit, the days are getting a little bit shorter.
I hate that.
And I'm just all right. I'm gonna get 12 beers. I'm just gonna party on, and I mean I don't go and. I'm not big into drugs, unfortunately, not anymore. But not unfortunately, but I used to do a lot of mushrooms and cocaine and a lot of that stuff.
What?
You don't say.
What? Crazy.
You just killed Santa Claus.
God damn it! I thought you were clean cut. Like
Yeah, what the hell, dude? Aren't you like the white boy from Connecticut?
Virginia.
Virginia
boy.
Where in Virginia are you from?
Richmond, Virginia.
You're from Richmond, Virginia? Dude, can I tell you? Tell me if this is as big of a deal as people made it seem to be. When I was a freshman in college, 2008.
What college?
Okay.
I went to University of Maryland.
You were a Terp?
You went to
You're a
I'm
Terp?
a Terp.
Maryland.
Yeah, I'm a Terp.
Because you stayed
I lived at
on campus.
First freshman year I lived on campus.
In
I know
College
you.
Park.
In College Park because you grew up in Maryland.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I lived at Elkton Hall. Then I lived in Knox Towers on Knox Road across the street from the 7-Eleven. And then I lived on a house behind the bookstore on Princeton Ave. So I was all up in College Park.
All up in
How
college.
old are you, by the way?
I'm 34.
34.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We're next to each other.
I was there from 07 to 2011. 2011 is when I left. So I go to visit my buddy at VCU.
We
in Richmond.
love VCU.
This is January 2008. I had a fake
Okay.
ID from Maine.
Okay.
I'm 18 still. 18 still.
Mm-hmm.
And that ID worked at an ABC.
Really?
Yeah, and they were my buddy's friends were like, "This guy's a legend. Like you got alcohol. Like is that real? Is that actually legendary?
Yes.
Using a fake?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I really was a legend.
It's tough because like you must have had like a very like mature presence about you.
Okay.
But I never had a fake, but I had friends who had fakes.
Okay.
And they were a debauchery. Like so my buddy, his older brother
Mm-hmm.
gave him his.
So it was real
ID.
ID. Right.
And so, but they don't look alike. And I feel bad because my buddy, his older brother, was like just way better looking. And my buddy just was not.
One was blessed with the good genes and one wasn't.
Yeah. So they had the same eyes maybe, but everything else was just different. So like whenever we try to get married, he's just like, nope, sorry, not that. You're not him. You know.
They restricted the ABCs.
Yes.
Because who?
Especially ABCs. 7-Elevens didn't give a shit.
Wait, but I thought you couldn't even buy beer at 7-Eleven in Virginia. You can.
Yeah.
But liquor and wine is separate.
Liquor and wine is separated, like ABCs.
There's no mom and pops in Virginia. It's all.
They're mom and pops. They're mom and pops.
The ABCs are mom and pops.
I'm sorry, mom and pops for beer.
Mom and pops for beer, but from liquor, there's no mom and pop
Liquor.
liquor stores. Like growing up here, all
Yeah.
liquor stores are like mom and pop.
Yeah.
Liquor shops.
I know that like Pennsylvania has a weird, and then Jersey has a.
Does Jersey have a weird one?
Yeah, you can only get beer at a liquor store in Jersey.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I mean, And like, yeah, because it's all state. Because like in California, you can get beer, wine, and liquor at grocery stores.
At grocery stores?
At grocery stores. I went to Trader Joe's. I was in LA last year. You can get whiskey there. Yeah, and it's not like locked up. Every place is different. But damn, that's good to know that I'm a legend. In Virginia in 2008.
Hey, come on back, whatever you want.
Fake ID. Do you know about this? That in Virginia, the liquor stores are all government run. They're not like mom and pop. They're all called Virginia Alcoholic Beverage Centers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you can't. So
No, they're just ABCs.
the Virginia ones. There's definitely like a V in front of it. You know them as ABCs as slang.
Okay. No, pretty sure they're just ABCs.
Whatever. Anyway.
You say ABC,
but
I've been there once, and he grew up there. So who do you really think knows more?
But I think you're all right though. I think they are government run.
100% they're government run.
I think they're still go by ABCs, but
either way, I used the fake ID. That was really cool.
Did you start that whole fad?
Yeah, fake IDs. I'm the first person that thought of that.
You're the McLovin.
Yeah.
Organ donor from Hawaii.
If you like, so you don't drink.
I don't drink.
Now, we had this conversation before you came on to this podcast.
Yeah.
And I did tell you, I'm like, hey, we normally we'll throw some back, we'll have some drinks. But if you're not okay with that, then we won't drink while on this podcast.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
But you told me something that was really cool.
What?
That when we had this conversation.
Okay.
On the phone. And you were like, you can drink.
Right.
And you're like, I don't care what you do. No matter what I do, you said, I'm not quoting you now.
Okay.
But it's something that you said. You said, basically, it's because I choose to stop, that doesn't mean the world chooses to stop.
Right, yeah. Just because I changed, the world didn't change.
Correct.
And it's my job to learn how to live in the world with all of these things happening, not the world's job to change and cater to me.
Now, how do you live life now? Because normally through your 20s,
Yeah.
college life, teenagers,
Mm-hmm.
you've been to parties, you've had drugs of choice,
Yep.
you've had fun, you lived highs, you lived lows.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you're clean
Mm-hmm.
and you're not drinking any drugs, nothing, not smoking, anything.
Yeah.
Vaping?
No, I quit cigarettes about a year. I quit cigarettes like almost 2 years ago, but when I was in Europe this summer,
you got it.
European cigarettes are different. They're so much better. They're different. They burn quick. American cigarettes have like the worst additives in them. So, like, I mean, not that European cigarettes are good for you. Yeah. So I did smoke that, but otherwise, yeah, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. But I don't feel like.
But what's
fun?
What's fun?
Everything is still fun. Like, think about, like, I'll still go to the party. I mean, as I've gotten older, like, my friends have kids now. My friends are married. Like, we don't see each other every weekend like we did. Mm-hmm. And, yes, people will still drink and smoke weed, but, like, conversation is still fun. Like, I'm having a good time right now. Like, I don't need to be throwing one back to get, like, an endorphin rush from, like, stimulating conversation or, like, seeing people that I haven't seen in a while. Like, I'll go out, like, the movies are still good. I love to cook. I've gotten really into food. Still go to concerts, which I know everyone is like, how can you go to those without the drugs? I have just as good of a time. I really don't.
And you go to fish concerts.
I go to fish concerts.
We saw each other
at the Disco Biscuits. Yeah.
That was a good show.
That was a good show. It was a fun night.
I didn't like the arena. Though.
Were you on any sort of...
No, nothing. I swear.
You were drinking though.
I don't think I had. No.
Such a lie. You were drinking at a concert.
I did have a few drinks. No, the reason why I was wondering is because like they were pretty expensive. Like a Corona was like $18 or something.
18.
Oh, yeah. So
let me tell you something.
It's a good thing you're not.
I cannot.
How much money have you saved?
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have like that does exist, like a calculator of how much you saved, but it's got to be tens of thousands. It's got to be. I mean, let's see. Let's break it down. First of all, I didn't really have much money because I wasn't working a lot. But I'd say I would spend like $40 to $20 to minimum $20 a day. $740. That's $7,400 a year. Minimum.
That's quick math.
Minimum.
That's
Smart.
That's wait. I'm also jealous of Goose. I'm very jealous of one of these days. I'll go see him.
So that's 70. Let's just use a low number, right?
Yeah.
7,400 times 6 is can't do that quickly, but 7 times 6 is 30 is 42. All right,
52.
so 52, 42. 7 times 6 is 42.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just call it $42,000 that I've saved in 6.5 years. Probably maybe 50.
That's not bad. I mean, that's 70. Yeah. I mean, you could take that money and do a lot of things.
It's a lot of shit. I've done.
But like, what was your drug of choice?
Heroin. At the end.
Heroin.
Yeah.
Can you describe what that rush was and what that high and what that low of that was? When you take heroin.
Yeah.
Like, what's the effects of that? Like, what is the timeline of like doing heroin to when you're like, all right, the effects are gone?
It depends. It depends how much you do. It depends how much tolerance you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yada yada. But I would say like initially, probably like 5 hours. 6 hours maybe. Yeah. I started doing it later in the day, so like I would just go to sleep and then wake up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like again, that was another thing. So like, besides like the party, like ending later and starting earlier, like the using of drugs, it was a nighttime thing.
Yeah.
Then it got earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier until literally like you're waking up and doing it just to be even to go to work. That's like the level of where it is. Yeah. Because as you get addicted, and it's physically addictive, you wake up and you literally feel like shit. Or if you don't feel like shit immediately when you wake up, you know that it's coming if you don't get a fix.
How much does heroin cost?
$10 a bag, and
how much was in the bag?
like 0.1 of a gram.
0.1 of a gram.
Yeah. A little bit goes a long way at first, and then you need more and more. So like people, yeah, I would get like I only had $20. Like my guy would do 3 for $20. Like that was a deal. So like that's like what I would do, and I would always try to like save them, but like you can't because you have it, so you just do it all, and then fuck, I should have saved it. I didn't do that.
It's all gone.
Yeah, any drug when you're an addict. So that's when you would do it. So like that's why I'd be jittery in the morning at work because like I didn't have it yet. I didn't want to be sick. I wanted to feel normal. It wasn't even about getting high. That's the craziest part. I wasn't even getting high at the end. I was just trying to stay normal.
Or stay above your head above water.
Not be sick. You don't understand. It is with going into withdrawal is debilitating. Okay? I never had the flu, so I can't tell you that it's like the flu, but that's what people see me. I mean, it's literally like when you're kicking. One of my favorite things to do that would drive me crazy is first off, you cannot sleep. You're constantly tossing and turning. There's absolutely no sleep. You're either freezing or burning up. So you're freezing. You put a blanket on.
Constantly tossing and turning.
Constantly tossing and turning. You're uncomfortable. You feel like what?
the Jack Black scene from
we
Tropic
were in
Thunder.
the office.
Okay.
We were in the office, and I remember. Now you're saying you were tossing and turning. We were in the office, and it was one of those days where you finished everything that you needed to do, and I'm like, come back to the office.
I hated those.
Came back to the office, and I remember Fisher walks in, he sits on the chair, and he's like this. Like this. And I'm like, do some directions or something. And then he's like, do you mind if I could just go home? And I was like, dude, it's been 6 hours. Like, you go home. And he was like, can I tell you something? And you can't tell anybody? And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, I got hemorrhoids. I can't sit down. And I'm like,
Scoundrel.
Wait, hold on. I need to pause for a second.
Scoundrel
Okay.
music.
I don't remember that, and the worst part about all this is now I really have hemorrhoids.
oh shit!
Suck, dude. They suck so bad, dude. So bad. Like literally, you have no idea. Like
Call the man out.
It is. I did it to myself. This is coming to me now, but like, dude, I'm telling you, I like did this to myself. Dude, hemorrhoids are awful. And if someone came to me and was like, dude, I gotta tell you, like, I have hemorrhoids, like, it's really hard for me, so I would understand. I'd be compassionate. Because they're so bad.
I remember that you were like, I got hemorrhoids. I was like, I don't know what it feels like. And I'm like, all right, just go home. Like, you probably raced down to Jamaica that day.
100%. 100%. Dude, there was one time, so this is separate, but the story I'm going to tell, but one time we had, like, somebody, I don't remember who it was, but it was, like, some hippie chick that was, like, working for us for just a couple days. And this was, like, right before Thanksgiving, and she was like, hey, do you want to smoke weed? And I used to love weed. And I had to prioritize, I only had money for heroin, that's where I was going, I didn't want to be sick, so, like, weed was a treat for me. And I used to not get super high anymore because I smoked weed like it was my day job. So we go to the roof of Silver Cup, we smoke weed, and I'm like, fuck, I'm stoned. I'm stoned, and like we had to be there because we were waiting for our boss to come back from a tech scout, and he made us stay there because he had like gifts for us. But like he made us stay like a while, and I was like, shit, I can't even fucking talk. I don't want anyone to notice. And something happened, and I just turned, like, I said something, you just go, like, wow, you're high. I just, like, turned back to my screen. So that just reminded me of that. But yes, I definitely booked it to Jamaica for the hemorrhoids case. There was one time where it was Tyler's location, I don't know, like 22nd Street, and for some reason, this was before direct deposit. Like, I was still getting paper checks.
You had to pick up your checks on Thursdays.
Yeah, it was paper check.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have any money, so I couldn't buy anything. I needed my check.
Cash checking?
I needed to be able to cash it to buy stuff. Yeah. So I actually am going through withdrawals at this point. And, like, it's to a point where, like, Tyler looks at me like, dude, you're pale as a ghost. Like, I was like, dude, I'm so sick. And he's like, you should probably go home. And I was like, great, I want to, but like, I need that money if I need to want to go to work tomorrow. So I was like, not a problem. I was like, I'm gonna leave, but like, my whole plan was like, I'm gonna go to the office then and get my check and then go home. And for some, I don't know how, but like, John Pat walked in and he had my check as I'm leaving. Fuck yes, this is my day. Then I had to like, it's like 3:30, so to get to Jamaica at this time, the bank is like it's like the holidays. Right. It's like right before we went on hiatus, so it's like December, it's rainy, it's a holiday, I'm sick as a dog, I'm just like, this is like my hell. But this is like what I would do.
In the world.
This is why I decided, like, I left work early, and like to this day, like, if you saw me, you'd be like, holy shit, you look really sick. Like, I was pale. It takes the color out of you.
Yeah.
It's wild. The things I did, it's crazy to me. The mental gymnastics I would say to myself to like justify why my behavior was like okay. It's insane.
What would be the wildest thing you've done?
Like
just to obtain.
To obtain? Alright, so like I was never like, I don't know if this is wild, but like this was my bread, this is what I would do. Cause like I had no money if I wasn't working. First off, dude, my check would come in.
Not like a Bob Saget moment from
Suck dick for yes, like I never did like crazy shit like that, but like I did like scummy shit. Like, this was my thing. This is what I did. I can't believe I'm like telling this to the world right now, but like maybe somebody will hear this and like they'll be like, oh shit, like I'm doing that. Like it's possible. Like I really do. I just want to say like I'm so open about this now because I hope that if this gets big, if anybody can hear this, they can know that it is possible to break this crazy cycle of addiction. Not that you ever recover, right? Like I'm still always being an addict, but like it is possible to get clean. Like recovery is possible.
Wait, you said you're always being an addict?
You're always an addict.
You're always an addict.
It's like,
It doesn't go away. That's why I don't listen. Could I have a beer with you right now? I don't know. Like, what would happen if I have a beer with you right now?
I wouldn't want to test it.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that. But I can tell you that every other time when I was trying to get clean, I didn't stop weed or drinking or any other thing, and I wound up right back to using heroin. So, my point is, like, so I'll always be an addict. But, like, I hope that somebody that is listening, if they're really struggling right now, and, like, they're like, holy shit, I did that. I did this. Like, wait, you got clean? Like, it's possible. Like, you can burn bridges in your industry, have a horrible reputation, and then come back and, like, repair all that.
But if anything, it makes your reputation even better.
For people that know,
for some people.
For some people.
But the fact that you recovered and you're doing well, you're being successful. Like if anything, I think that's more.
I try not to tell people anymore
honest
about
than-
any of it.
Don't.
I don't like.
No,
it was
but-
really important for me, like with somebody
Yeah.
like you or Tyler, to know that I had gotten clean because you guys have known about drunk. But like, I don't really tell people that I'm sober anymore. I don't tell people like if people ask me to go out for a drink, I'll usually go out with them. And then when they like, if it's like a one-on-one, like if you were like, hey, do you want to go get beer? I'd be like, I don't drink, but I'm down to get a bite or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like if it was like, hey, we're all going out for a drink, do you want to come? I'll be like, yeah, and then we'll get there. I'll have soda, water.
With soda,
Yeah.
Just don't go to Coyote Ugly, so it's spray water at you.
Is that true?
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's stupid.
No, it's kind of the
I mean,
thing.
going to Coyote Ugly is stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Where is it in the city?
It's Lower East Side,
Oh.
like I think East 14th or something like that.
He made a movie about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
with,
movie's good.
Pirate
And that I think that's why they kind of made it. You know, the whole thing where they spray people with water. It's like, can I get a water? Like, yeah, you can get water.
and they do that.
Yeah.
So wait, what was your lowest?
Oh, all right. So all right. So like, it wasn't like one low thing, but like the thing that I would do to get money. And I firmly believe that this is the reason why Dwayne Reed's in Astoria don't have garbage cans at the exit anymore. Is that I would I would look in the garbage cans. I would see the receipts. You know, buy something, just immediately throw out the receipt. I would grab the receipt. I would look at what they bought, what these people bought. Go steal that shit from the shelves, and then go back and try to use the receipt to return it.
Oh my god.
It would work. So, it would it would. I like got this down to a science, dude. So like, if it said that it was bought by credit card, it's fucked. It's trash because it goes right back to that person's credit card.
Right.
Either had to be paid by cash or debit card. If it was paid by debit card, you could
Credit.
So credit actually. Sometimes credit would work where they would let you just put a card in, it would go back, and I would just put my debit card in. But debit, if it was paid by debit, they would give you cash back also.
Yeah.
Or like Rite Aid would do cash back. Dwayne Reed wouldn't. So like, dude, I knew all of them, and they knew me, and they would see me coming, and like I guess I don't know. Sometimes I got like caught, but like not caught, and like I was still like there was like 4 of these in my whole neighborhood. Like I would go to them incessantly, like every other day. Like I remember I checked my step count. And my phone still had like my step count from like I think they had started tracking like my last year of using. Dude, I was doing like 40,000 steps a day. going from because you know I would steal the receipts at one place and I'd go to another store to steal the item and then I'd go back to that store and like I had and then I think about like the things that people buy at Dwayne Reed, like occasionally like I'd call what hitting the jackpot where you got like more than $20, but like it was a grind, dude. Thinking about that is like so like dude like not for nothing like I was like a smart kid growing up, like I was going to college, I was always gonna do something, like that was just like thinking about like where I'd let myself get to. It was pretty fucking low.
It's pretty genius, but it is low.
It is genius. I don't respect real.
I mean, saying that now and saying the statement of it's like it was genius, but from where you are now, as a person, congratulations, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Like from me meeting you to where you were to who you are now, I'm 100%. I'm proud of you, dude. And like it doesn't need to matter coming from me. You know what I mean?
No, but I appreciate that.
It's just that
like you knowing this is like means more than some other people who just see me as like like I get recommended to work, and people are like, "Oh yeah, he's good. Like he's good," but like it means more to like that someone like you or even your boss
To know what
and
you've
like
come-
I love the idea. I hope that LM on Mr. Zalora knows that I've like cleaned up my act. Like I'm not the person that he may have thought, or like I would like Kyler or Joe. Because Joe really, he doesn't. I need to tell him again. Like, if it wasn't for him, like needing somebody to cover, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have gotten clean still and stayed clean and like done stuff, but like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this job today. I wouldn't be an ALM. I didn't even think I could possibly be an ALM when I was using. There was no way. I was like, I couldn't do this job. I saw what you guys did. I was like, I can't do this.
Would you, from where you are now, would you ever go back?
No.
So, like no, not. But if you were to have a choice to say, okay, we're gonna rewind everything,
Yeah.
would you take the same path and the same steps from what you've done?
What? But like when I have done drugs, just getting clean, or even
Like,
before
the
that?
whole thing, like starting from the first day you got introduced to whatever drug.
I would love to say that I would. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't do the whole same thing again.
Got it.
I wouldn't have wanted to go through this. I don't know. Of course, like what are my other options then? Who knows if they're even worse, or who knows if they're better or worse?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Everybody has gone through shit.
Have you grown from this?
Absolutely, exponentially. I feel like my 20s were stolen from me. Like that's how I felt.
Wow, yeah.
Because like in my mid-20s, and it's like I was working. Like my friends would always want to do things, right? And I was like, how do you guys have money?
Yeah.
It blew my mind. Like they wanted to go to a concert and like just hang out, like they like needed $60 for like something. I'm like, you have $60? Like what? That blew like money burned a hole in my pocket. Like as soon as a $20 bill came in, I was giving it. You know, you asked me
Yeah.
how much money I've saved since getting clean. I wonder how much money I gave to these dealers.
Oh yeah.
Like one of my dealers drove a BMW. I essentially bought him that BMW. When you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my neighbors who's moved out, she used to get coke from a dealer, and he would pull up in like a nice like BMW or whatever, and then his girlfriend was in, and she was this full nurse outfit, scrubs. Like she worked at a
for
hospital.
fun or because she was a nurse?
No, she was actually a nurse.
Okay.
And then she finds out that she was a cardiac nurse. Like she worked on hearts.
Oh, so she knows how bad cocaine is.
Yeah,
For you.
and she's like, she doesn't give a shit. She's like, just giving out fucking coke as well with her boyfriend dealer. It's like, it's so fucked up. It's like,
Wow.
what are you doing? What are you doing? It's so weird. It's so weird. It's almost like give them the stuff so you can take it back to us. You know, give them the stuff so you can come back to the hospital and we can have a job.
I mean, they're only doing what the pharmaceutical companies do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
They're pretty fucking bad.
Well,
Yeah.
I
I
mean
mean, that's how the whole the opioid thing happened anyway. They
yeah,
went to
Purdue,
Afghanistan,
the
they got-
Sacklers,
yeah.
all of it.
My dad had a hip surgery, so they gave him what was it? Oxycontin.
Yeah.
And then so he was really addicted to it. He didn't get into heroin, luckily, thankfully, but he was like, I just Oxycontin.
It's crazy. And like I was saying, like you don't realize that it has its claws in you until like once you put that together, it's too late. You're already or it's already going to be a long road to recovery. Like once you've realized, holy shit, this is a problem, you're already hooked.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because you said that, what made you quit? What made you said, I need to stop?
So I knew even when I met you, like I said, that was the beginning of the end. But at that point, I knew that this was not good.
When you met me,
Yeah.
when we met each other, wasn't it a couple days you got out of rehab?
No,
Did you go to rehab? How many times?
went twice.
Twice.
Yeah, one 2 years before I met you, and one the last time. I had not just got out of rehab.
Okay. Got it. Okay, that clears it up. So,
Yeah.
But okay, twice. So
Uh,
you went to rehab the first time. What made you relapse?
I don't think I was totally ready.
Okay. It's a it's
Listen. Ultimately, you need you could be an addict. You can have a harm problem, and people can throw you there, tell you need to go to rehab. Unless you're ready and actually done, you're not gonna get clean.
Got it.
You gotta be ready. So because people throughout the years have found out about my past and hey, can you please talk to so and so? They're struggling. Maybe you can help them. I said, listen, I'll talk to them, right? But there's nothing that I can do if they're not really willing. If they're not ready to do it. Here's the thing. Getting clean meant I had to grow up. I was almost 28 years old, so I was still 27, but going to be 28 in 2 months. I referred to myself as a kid still. I thought of myself as a kid. I was like, I'm not an adult. I wasn't ready to fully do everything I needed to do to grow up. And so when I was finally ready to grow up, is when I finally asked for help. I was finally I was like, this is not what my life is destined for. I hadn't paid rent in 5 months. I was going to be homeless. No one wanted to hire me. My career was over. I was just no one, and there's no union to protect me. There's no hiring hall. There still is no hiring hall for us.
Yeah.
I was just finally ready to just be done with it. And I was finally ready to put everything else down too. I was like, you know what? If I can't smoke weed again, I can't fucking smoke weed again. But I need a roof over my head.
So what made you go back the second time?
Well, what I'm talking about is the second time. All of this. I'm finally ready. The first time I went where I was like, let's get ready, let's kick this, let's do it, I'm fucking ready. But then I was, exactly. And then I come out and I'm like, I want to do ketamine, and I want to do drink, and I want to do all this shit. I just don't want to do heroin anymore. And then 5 days later, back. Waste of time, waste of money, waste of everybody's time and money. So,
but what made you start?
What made me start?
Yeah.
That my friends were doing these pills and I didn't know what they were.
So it was oxycodone.
Oxycodone, yeah.
That made you start.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
it wasn't heroin.
Weed, or was it?
Well, I'd already been smoking weed.
Yeah.
And I guess my inhibitions were, you could say, have been lowered because I was willing to smoke weed and willing to experiment. I already done cocaine and I already done.
How old were you when you had your first
weed?
Yeah.
13.
13.
Yeah, around there.
Got it.
7th or 8th grade.
And drinking? Was drinking ever an issue with you?
No, I don't like the taste of beer. My friends were all drinkers. I was just a smoker. I
hate liquor.
I like quick hits, right? So when you smoke weed, 5 seconds later you're feeling hot. I need it now. I don't have it in me, and that is disgusting to me.
What?
like a dark beer like that, even though any beer, beer to me, you when you drink that,
yeah,
genuinely, are you you're like, damn, this fucking tastes good.
I am.
You really are.
Yeah.
This is a palatable flavor to me. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Not for me.
For me.
Yes. So maybe drinking would have been a problem. I did like the act of getting the feeling of being drunk, but I just didn't like the process of getting there. I was like, I don't need
That's
this.
fair.
Got it.
And then I could always drive.
It's a longer process.
Yeah.
It's a longer process.
Wait, you can always drive. What?
In my suburban neighborhood in my Mazda Protege, just go into the fucking the quick stop that would sell us expired beer.
Yeah.
And I was fine because if we got pulled over, I could blow a 0.0 on a breathalyzer because I wasn't gonna be drinking.
I remember when me and Ricky it was shortly after, it was New Year's Day, and we bought a lager to be saved up on money because we was poor, we had cash, so we had a couple of dollars and we bought a lager. We thought it was the worst fucking thing we ever drank in our lives, but we walking around. And you know how people, after they finished drinking the night before, they was throwing their bottles out? We picked up a random bottle out of the trash and started drinking it. No bullshit.
What was it?
Vodka. It was a vodka. And then it was like...
Oh, it's alcohol, though. You know there's no bacteria.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was so bad that I went that low with me and Ricky. We need something to drink. Let's drink this liquor. We just found the drink.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
So. No, not now.
Yeah.
Then.
I was
I was 40 also.
I was 40. This was last week.
No, that was must have been 22 around that time.
You're 22?
23.
Did you smoke or drink in high school at all?
No, it was only drinking.
No.
Drinking was also that. I didn't smoke because my parents smoke. I hate smoke. I had asthma growing up as a kid, so that.
Did any of your friends drink or something? Did all your friends
Everybody
drank?
drank. Everybody
Everybody
drank. Yeah. Yeah.
What about you guys? What was when you were growing up? What was the poison?
Big drinking.
Big drinking?
Big drinking. My mom and dad, not drinkers whatsoever.
Okay.
Like my dad, he's done after one beer.
Okay.
Literally, and my mom does like one glass of wine. She's done. But it was weird because a lot of my friends, and Richmond, Virginia is a big like drinking town, smoking town, because tobacco is
tobacco
cheap.
town.
So you get like a pack of cigarettes for like $4 in high school, and once you turn 18, you're getting the lotto and you're getting the cigarettes. Like, easy. So you do that, and then of course my failed friend that I was talking about earlier, who like had the terrible fake ID. we get somehow we finally get beer, but it's so strict that you just gotta pound those beers like as fast as possible.
Who buys you beers in Virginia when you're a kid? Older siblings, cousins?
My sister did. No, I to be honest with you, I didn't drink until about my senior year of high school, because my dad was my cross country coach and my track coach, so I was terrified of like just coming
and finding it. Was weed around? No one smoked weed?
Oh. In high school,
yeah.
In high school, yes.
Okay.
For sure. I never touched it. Until college. And I didn't really like it, to be honest.
To this day?
To this day. Never.
Not a weed guy?
No.
You're not really a weed guy either.
I got peer pressured when I was young. This is at the age of 12, 13.
Okay.
And it was just going to the basketball court just to play basketball. And it was one of the days I brought a football, and my football got taken from me. And one of the guys who were like old, I was like 12, 13. This dude was he's like 16, 17. He was like, you ain't gonna get the ball back unless you fucking take a hit. And I'm like, oh, well, I was scared of my grandparents because I was like, oh no, if I show home, I don't have a football. And I was like, how am I gonna get another football? We don't have money. Football, I don't know if they have it, So I took a hit, and ever since then I went smoking, and then I stopped at the age of, I think 19, 20. Cut it. I was like, I don't need this anymore in my life.
And you haven't been a smoker since?
No.
Weed?
No.
Interesting.
I choose not to.
Do you like if weed is offered to you now, you'll say no? If you're out.
No, I got to the point where it's like I will never not do it.
Mm-hmm.
I got to the point like if I know I'm in a stable condition within a well-controlled environment, and I know I'll be safe. Like I don't want to smoke weed and be like, I gotta drive home in the next 2 hours.
Yeah,
I just don't know where that's gonna take me.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a hit or two, then okay, great. A hit or two, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not like I don't have a job where they drug test me or anything. So I can fucking take
I can't believe people on. I don't care. Like I'm not a narc or anything, but like I see people hitting their pens all day at work.
Yeah.
How are you doing this?
You want to know what we want to do?
We're gonna give you some money.
Oh my god!
How are we doing on time?
We hit some time.
We've went past the trust.
Listen,
2 hours.
Because I gotta go get some Indian food.
We'll cut some shit up. But if you were to, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Knowing from what you've came from,
Mm-hmm.
what you've been through, to who you are now, we commend you. This is amazing. If there is someone within the same things that you're going through, what would be your words? What would be your knowledge to give to someone?
This is possible. Like if you're struggling right now, you can come up with any reason to disqualify for why you couldn't be saved. But like, if anyone is struggling right now, if I can do it, and I truly, it's so. People that didn't see me before, it's hard to imagine myself as like a bum degenerate. Like you know, I'm a well-dressed, good-looking guy, and no. My point is like this is possible. If you want this, if you're struggling, that no matter what you've done, if you're listening and you're thinking, I didn't do that, I'm not that bad, or I've done even worse, doesn't matter. Anyone can do this. It takes some work. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes work, and you have to dedicate yourself to it. But the best piece of advice is that if you really are struggling, there is help out there. Find it and stick with it. It eventually becomes second nature. That's the other thing. Like, I thought I was never going to sleep normally again. I go to sleep at like 10 sometimes now.
Just at peace.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking. That's the thing. It's like I don't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think about. Sometimes I think about like instances, but like my day to day is just like not that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll end with this, right? Like, I could not leave New York City because I didn't know where to get drugs anywhere else, and I was screwed. I was beholden to. My parents live on Long Island. Okay. I couldn't go there for more than a day. I couldn't, like, my mom would ask, do you want to spend the night? No, I couldn't spend the night. Because if I did, then I'd be fiending to get out so I can go get more shit. I was locked to New York City. And since then, I've been to 5 countries, 5 states, worked upstate for 6 months twice. You know, done things that people want to do all the time. My wildest dream when I was using, my wildest dream was to get clean, get a job, and have a little money in the bank. Those are my wildest dreams. And I'm really happy to say that my reality exceeds those dreams.
Oh, huge.
Nice.
Which is
Nice.
which is great. I mean, I think about it all the time. Like, we were just talking about, I don't know if we had rolled yet, but like, we're all dealing with this strike right now, right? And luck. I've been super lucky. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go back to work. If you're listening, anyone, I'm ready to go back to work. People are not doing too good right now. People but we know or know of are not doing good. And let's say we go back to work in January. I'm gonna come out of this pretty unscathed. Like that statement there. Like, what? I would have been freaking out.
Oh,
if I knew that work was ending and I had no income coming.
Oh my god.
I would have been a mess, a wreck. Wow. Homeless.
Been in the Home Depot parking lots.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I would have had to do something like that.
Did you guys watch the Panderverse episode of South Park?
Oh my god.
So
No.
It pokes fun at AI.
We spoke about this in episode 2.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. I was
It
like,
was
that
funny
sounds familiar.
because it was like there's a scene where like where all the jobs being taken over by AI, and so they're all in Home Depot parking lot. And be like, I'll give you legal advice for work. So all the maintenance people are now the millionaires and billionaires, and so like I'll give you legal advice if you can fix my sink, or I'll give you coding advice if you can fix my fridge. So, it was pretty good. That one scene, that's the only funny scene of that whole thing.
Andrew,
Yes.
it was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really glad to do that. I'm really glad you called me. I wanted to do this.
I think honestly, from you sharing what you've shared, it's not a lot of people would say half the things that you've said. And for you to mention that and go from the start to the finish, I commend you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm really happy to be doing this.
Normally, what we do is on these podcasts, we would end it in a quote. So here's the quote. Quote is, man is not mean to be humbled. He's meant to be humbled.
I don't get it.
I think that's fitting here.
Man is not mean to be humbled.
He's
meant to be humbled. This
Hold
is a
on.
quote. This is a
Man,
quote.
hold on. No, I think it's
get it.
man is not meant to be humble. He's meant to be humbled with a D at the end. Second.
No. I thought it was flipped. Wait.
Well, no, I'm reading it as the quote. As the quote, this person said it.
Okay.
Man is not mean to be humble. He's meant
To be humble.
to be humbled.
I thought you said humble at the first. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
What's it?
You know who said that
Yeah.
quote?
Socrates.
Achilles?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, wait. Hold on. All right, just one thing. Can I end with my favorite Mike Tyson quote?
Oh yeah.
I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot.
Oh! Drop mic.
You looked at my soul when you said that. And we're cutting.